everybody, and welcome back in here once again to the Simply Reliable Studios for It's Wednesday. You know what that means? We are in for a long, fun 3-hour night delight with the follow for AEW Nothing with this collision collab with AEW Dynamite as the Owen Hart Foundation Tournament will continue as, of course, the Superman's brand is bringing you that promise to cover the entire Owen Hart Foundation Tournaments in full. As of course, we have one match to come tonight. We'll also talk about the brackets. We have interviews ahead. We will celebrate the brand new 3-time AEW Men's World Champion. And the women go to the extreme in Philly in a Philadelphia street fight that will be lights out for the first time with these two. But I hope that you all enjoy this fun watch-along, discussion, and coverage. So thank you all for tuning in, whether live or on demand, but I imagine live, whether on YouTube or on the X. Thank you so much. Please like, subscribe, comment, and tell a friend. And if you want to dictate the conversation, super chat or PayPal the Passions, it is truly as simple as that. Again, I hope everyone enjoyed AEW Double or Nothing this past weekend. And thank you for those that tuned into our coverage here at the Simply Reliable Studios. You all continue to make the passion persist, pursue, perpetuate, and shout out to those that just tuned in to Major Push Wrestling on the Papa Gino Network. If you haven't already, please go over and subscribe today to the Papa Gino channel. And favor those that tune in to Predictions League Breakdown. As of course, we look towards Clash in Italy, maybe, this weekend. And State of the City predicting tomorrow night, 11:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Shout out to Grand Wrestling JJ Woods, by the way, who just put out an article for the first time in NoDQ history. As of course, you're on the feed like me on HBO Max. We are about to begin tonight's 3-hour festivities. So let's have a good freaking time with AEW Dynamite. Very curious to see what kicks things off here, as my HBO Max feed is, of course, black. There we go. Capacity crowd on hand as we are officially now on the road to Forbidden Door this season through the Owen Hart Foundation tournaments. As they come to us from a very familiar location, the Liacouras Center in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Again, folks, it's Wednesday. You know what that means? We're in for a wild ride tonight with 3 hours of collision AEW Dynamite. I'm here with you for the entire time. We know that we're going to have a 5-second pause with Adam Coleman and Christian Cage, the brand new AEW World Tag Team Champions. The Owen Hart Foundation Tournament will continue as Dunkzilla Mark Davis will take on Jericho Perry. And also tonight, Claudio Castagnoli will take on Brody King, a rematch from this year's past Continental Classic with one of the greatest tournament wrestlers of all time and one of the big men ever. And of course, Jeff Perry might take one step closer to reclaiming his AEW National Championship as he takes on Big Dunkzilla Mark Davis. Again, a rematch from Fairway to Hell and also from the 0 Hour at AEW Dynasty. As we go backstage with Renee Paquette from Double or Nothing this past weekend. And, of course, talking to the Bruv with a great victory over Samoa Joe. And buzzing about this. Get some ice in that bicep. He's got no feeling in that right arm. Oh, and look at that. Kenny Omega Will Ospreay sitting together once again. And Matt, good to see you. Doing very well tonight, covering AEW. With Kenny Omega currently talking to Will Ospreay here. Just dressed up in the Death Riders. Of course, Kenny Omega's no stranger to Death Riders. They've been here since day one. Kenny Omega was dropped in his head at Double or Nothing 2019 by John Moxley. Let's forget. Yeah, Ospreay, of course, being echoed about his past, about what the Death Riders done to him. Kenny Omega saying he would do anything for him. It would have been so easy to help him. Ooh. Well, Ospreay asking why Kenny Omega can't be here every week. Kenny Omega talking about he lost his chance, which he did at Dynasty. It's a mental and emotional thing. You know, Kenny Omega and Will Ospreay share a lot of the same mentality when you think about their careers in professional wrestling. Get the Kenny Omega understanding what Will Ospreay is doing, of course, as the Death Riders do get the job done, whether you agree with it or not. Good to see you, Safet. Hope that you're having a wonderful evening. Speaking of Death Riders, John Moxley saying good advice. We all have our skeletons, don't we? John Moxley handing Will Ospreay an ice bag. And apparently telling him about training. Apparently, Kenny Omega is a ride and die partner with Will Ospreay, and still believes that Kenny Omega could still get that world title. But again, as we heard, a bit of caution maybe suggested by Kenny Omega for Will Ospreay as he continues forward in the Death Riders training mentality. That being said, speaking of looking forward, let's see what the hell is on the mind of the Jet, Kevin Knight, following his despicable transactions post AEW WWF main event, UFO splashing a stretchered Darby Allin. The fact of the matter, though, folks, Kevin Knight, he was the last man to pin MJF in singles action. But I also look at this deeper, considering Swerve Strickland once told Kevin Knight, you are the future. But if you're going to be a killer, you got to learn how to not only thrive with killers, you got to become one yourself. And was that maybe Swerve Strickland's MO, feeding away in Kevin Knight's mind since losing out on the AEW Championship as he splashed Darby Allin on that stretcher and turned it over? Although I also do think that Kevin Knight probably feels he could have beat Darby Allin for that title. He did get a chance for it, but he lost. I mean, again, your frog splash a guy after the fact, let alone a defenseless individual. I don't know, man. Well, I guess we'll hear what Kevin Knight has to say here shortly. Of course, he is still the TNT champion, who maybe now will give us some reasons behind his transactions. Man, talk about the heat tonight on Kevin Knight. Good grief. These two, Kenny Omega and Ospreay, need to run it back one more time. Possibly Safek. Never say never. In case you are not hearing, they're saying F you, Kevin. He definitely has the moxie and the appeal to definitely pull himself off as a heel as he wears a gold chain and long sleeve shirt. Gee, well, does that remind you of anybody electrifying? And there you folks, I'm just saying. Talking about the meathead sickos. Kevin Knight's only heard one word only, and that's why, since his transactions. Yeah, why the hell you did that? This guy ain't gonna give you no respect to speak, even if they want the answer. See if we actually get an answer, or does he just drop the mic and leave us in suspense? Listen. He told everyone not to let the Jet down. To let those people down. What? And he blew it. Yeah, I figure it's selfish agenda by Kevin Knight. There's the a-hole chance I was waiting for. Just like the 76ers did against the Knicks. Damn! Basketball burn. Saying that he's with Philly. Let us all down. Kevin Knight saying he's not going to trust the process anymore. Okay. So now he's seizing his own opportunities. Keep it real. Who was the last person you were looking up at? It was Kevin Knight. He literally lost to Kevin Knight for the TNT Championship. The level of moxie and confidence. Should have been made that main event this past Sunday. So I guess Kevin Knight's tired of being a bench warmer. He wants to be a main eventer. Well, the crowd apparently agrees to a degree. Crowd turning on saying, no, you're not a highlight. Now, that does make me wonder with him being heel of the TNT champion, who could take that title off of him? And could it be Darby Allin possibly who held that previously? I mean, you know Darby Allin's going to come back for revenge. It's just a matter of when. Saying he trusted Darby Allin. Darby Allin told him, don't waste any time. So Kevin Knight decided to leave in a pool of his own blood, not waste any time. Yeah, I knew that Kevin Knight was going to have to answer to one person particularly, and Speedball might build. I can only imagine what Speedball's thinking about this. And I hope Speedball can get to the bottom of this or kick some damn sense into him. Speedball transmitting out here. Speedball, who also had a tremendous effort against Darby Allin for the AEW World Championship. Talking about Kevin Knight's ambition is his best and worst quality. The reason they formed Jet Speed is because they both want to be the best. But Speedball calling Kevin Knight impatient, as most youth is. Saying that what he did to Darby Allin was a mistake. We can fix this. Speedball trying to be peacekeeper here, saying apologize. We can make things right. I don't think that's going to happen. I think the Jet's about to take off from Canada. And Speedball with a handout, though. I wouldn't trust it. And just a big old shoulder bump. Oh, what the hell? And Kevin Knight just branded Speedball my belly with the microphone over the head. A blatant cheap shot. Well, again, when youth has all the potential in the world, they carry a massive chip to prove how great they are. And now hooking them up and oh! Massive. You're a noggin. What the hell is going through Kevin Knight's mind? Was this really escalated from Darby Allin losing, from him losing to Darby Allin, from him being MJF, or from what Swerve Strickland told him at the beginning of the year? Well, either way, new attitude out of Kevin Knight, the Jet, flying VIP solo, it seems, saying that his time is now and he will seize his own opportunities. Well, that being said, we'll move on from there and go backstage with the now bald Ricochet, who was defeated in Stampede, alongside a Demand, Bishop Khan and Leona with Marco Renee Paquette. Of course, we have a rematch tonight where all parties are banned from ringside. As, of course, the Lions up, pinned Bishop Khan, but not Ricochet. Jericho won because they mummies and it's Stampede, dude, and you took the bullet for Ricochet. You're the idiot, bald. And now saying it's a travesty or conspiracy that the Gates of Agony can't be at ringside. And Ricochet making up all the excuses in the world. Go figure. You can tell he's salty, bald. Apparently, Ricochet talking about that Jericho doesn't have a singles win over me, and he never will. Ricochet saying that he's out of this world. Again, folks, tonight, all parties banned from ringside. Ricochet and Chris Jericho go one-on-one once again. A rematch from Dynasty. Speaking of which, we're going to kick things off with that. See you, Philadelphia. Here comes Jericho. Time for our usual Judas sing-along. Non-copyright, of course. Inside. You are in. That's not copyright. Justin Roberts, of course, once again reminding us of the rules. Of course, for those that don't know, they're just tuning in on AEW for the first time. Welcome to AEW Dynamite. Of course, Chris Jericho returned and signed the dotted line to AEW prior to AEW Dynasty. And, of course, lost to Ricochet with the help of Gates of Agony, of course, as Ricochet took his Lion Saw. But as we saw this past Sunday at Double or Nothing, everything hit the fan, the bodies, the tables, the floors, the tennis balls. Good Lord. As Jericho and crew won Stampede, and Jericho splashed Ricochet through a table, didn't break it completely, and hit a Lion Saw on Bishop Connor after a Samoa super kick by his team, allowing them to win Stampede, which led us to this match tonight. That was a nasty impact, though. Of course, Jericho afterwards did also just bump himself through a table in the name of the late great Sabu, as of course they sing out, "Well done, Philadelphia." So we'll see if he's able to land that Lion Saw here tonight. A shout out to DJ. Does this feud lead to Blind Guts? You know, that's a fair shout, honestly, because I don't know what Blind Guts this year could involve particularly, but with Ricochet as part of Don Callis' golf buddy and having a demand maybe invest in the Don Callis family for each person's own dividends, I could see that. We saw what it took for Chris Jericho to get the better of Ricochet. But at the heart of it, it's Team Ricochet versus Team Jericho at Double or Nothing. I could see that. And Jericho beating Ricochet tonight, where no one's allowed to get involved for either party, you might have literally set up the next chapter and maybe the final chapter for this feud, DJ. That's a fair shout. And of course, Ricochet, we all know Ricochet, former AEW National Champion, lost that to Jungle Jack Perry without being pinned. Ready for this contest, Aubrey Edwards, of course. Aubrey Edwards in Jericho's history. I mean, enough said, folks. And about to say, apparently Nick was not involved, but I'll go ahead and bring him in because y'all think I'm doing this solo. You be absolutely bamboozled. Hold on, bruv. I got you. And right now, going for the drop kick, early going here is Ricochet trying to get the better Jericho. Because again, let's just call it what it was. He was embarrassed, all right? The man was absolutely embarrassed. A pair of drop kicks right now. And of course, you can be part of the conversation using hashtag AEW Dynamite on the X. People are already talking about the end of Jet Speed and Ricochet getting the badge of Jericho up against the barricade at ringside, as we are in for a long, fun night of Fallout here from Double or Nothing. And now springing off the top rope, flying clothesline here. It's one of those things also where I do feel like Chris Jericho, running shooting star press by Ricochet, cover, hook on the far leg, back press, gets a 2 count. It's one of those things also where I do feel like Ricochet has just continued on this ever-going feud, and at some point, these two have to go a different way. I don't know if there's a different journey or a different finale, but Blind Guts the first shout. Speaking of which, going different ways from America to Canada, please welcome the king of your food on your plate, Nick Believe, as Nick finally joins in the fray. Nick, how are you this evening?
I thought we were doing this together. I'm like, I'm here, I'm sitting. I'm like, okay, hopefully I don't know what's going on.
You must. I bet what happened. It was in the watch one scheduling. You weren't involved in that chat. So again, communication's key, but also so is a membership. That being said, Nick, how are you this evening?
I'm good, buddy. We're coming off of Double or Nothing, and I mean, just the kind of what we've got right now so far is that was some really good storytelling from Kevin Knight. I digged it. I liked the promo. I liked the Will and Kenny stuff. Been an interesting segment so far. Really like it.
And of course, Jericho and Ricochet continue their ongoing feuds about who does the better springboard moonsault as Jericho rearranges the furniture on the outside here. And we are in Philly, by the way, folks. Keep that in mind. So don't be surprised if we take things to the extreme outside of Shida and Kris Statlander, who will be in a lights out Philadelphia street fight as Ricochet plants the knees of Jericho on that reinforced announce table, as you know, Nick. It's one of those things also, Nick, where I feel like the fact that there are no parties here on either side, all parties banned, if Jericho does beat Ricochet of all things with the Lion Salt, wouldn't you think that would encompass this feud at this point, even though they're 1-1?
Yeah, I mean, if I really hope that this is like, I mean, I don't want to be seeing this for months on end. And I saw the comment about blood and guts.
And what's your thoughts about that, considering we did see two parties of Team Jericho and Team Ricochet go all out in Stampede? I mean, do they really need to take things that far? As Jericho just pulls a freaking walls of Jericho on the announce table, rearranging Ricochet's spine, and might be looking for a counthouse.
I mean, I don't think we need. It all depends. I would really say it's all dependent. Just because I think, right now, the way it is, there's a lot of there's more heel champions than babyface champions. And I think Ricochet, works better as a heel. So, I mean, if it has to be, I know that was really gnarly. If it has to be Stadium Stampede or Blood and Guts to kind of give him something to do, it's not ideal, but it is what it is.
That's fair, but I know that was not great for Jericho as the action will continue. Reverse client picture-in-picture on HBO Max. Full commercial break. Fuck streaming services. That's better. I think a lounge is more fitting here. It's just one of those things. Also, though, I try. It's also one of those things, though, Nick, that I just feel like right now Ricochet has been nothing but a boil on the ass of Jericho. It feels like, and I do think Jericho wants to do something different here. I don't think he initially planned on being stuck in this Ricochet vortex. It feels like here. I think both men are kind of holding each other in place.
Yeah, and I mean it's just like I alluded to, right? I mean, I think we're really heel heavy bald right now, so you're not going to want Ricochet to go after a heel championship,
right?
And all as well. I don't really want to see Jericho in a main event title picture. Like, I'd rather see him start elevating younger talent, working with younger talent. I really kind of going that route. Like, I don't want to see him challenge for the world heavyweight, like for the world title, a TNT title, maybe.
That's fair.
So, yeah, I mean, right now, I think we have creative. Creative has done a great job of telling us
in the right direction, you would say.
Yeah. And right now there is no spot. There's no room for either of these guys. So, I mean, let's get them in something. Let's get them working a program. I mean, they're on TV, taking up TV time, right? So.
Well, I mean, when the rivalry continues, I fought Stampede. You would bury the hatchet, by the way. But again, also, I just want to put some hindsight out there. Why Kenny Omega and Ospreay were sitting again together, this time both in victory versus bitter defeat back at a Dynasty. There was some subtle warnings there from Will Ospreay when it came to the Death Riders here, and that skeleton proverbial in your closet. Kenny Omega knows all about that skeleton, going all the way back to the very first Double or Nothing when John Mustache in that paradigm shift with that DDT on those damn poker chips to Kenny Omega. I also want to point out, by the way, New Japan tracksuit, Forbidden Door season, foreshadowing. Just saying.
I mean, I don't know what he would be doing. I don't know what he would do. Have Kenny Omega do at Forbidden Door. You could
run. Not to say. I mean, what would you think? I mean, let your brain work, dude.
It wouldn't be. I mean, you do Kenny versus Mox. You could do that. I just think. I mean, with Forbidden Door season approaching, and you would know more. You would know better than me.
Oh gosh, I know that Death Behind Driver sucked for Ricochet on the apron.
That did suck. Have they done any teasing? The last teasing I saw was Callum Newman yelling at Ospreay, calling him a Death Rider in the post-show or the post-match interview. So have they teased anything else with Newman and Will?
Prior to the fact, of course, when he first won came back, of course, but since Best of the Juniors right now is basically taking precipice into Japan Pro Wrestling, no. But we have to see what happens as we approach the road to Dominion, to your point, that's in less than a month. And I think Dominion is going to be very time for the future of Will Ospreay in both AEW and New Japan Pro Wrestling.
Okay. Yeah. So, I mean, I can see, you want, it's Forbidden Door, right? I would do play out the story with Callum Newman and Will, and then you could do Mox Omega.
Up the ropes, shoulder block. I mean, again, we're in Forbidden Door season right now, and the precipice of it is the Owen Hart Memorial Tournament. Will Ospreay at the heart of it, but also Will Ospreay right now stuck between two worlds when it comes to the Death Riders, who have given him this new leash on life and conditioning for his neck. Action out of the corner by Jericho, and the fact of the matter is being warned by Kenny Omega, but also maybe being instigated by his own brother in the fact that he started United Empire. And for Kyle Newman's sake, he better win against Yuta Tsuji at Dominion, or all his freaking Palm circumstances go up in smoke. Oh, Fig Alliance on says springboard back elbow. That was clever by Jericho.
Yeah, you just saw it.
Vertigo drop, brainbuster. Into the cover, hook on the front leg, and kick out at two. I'll be shocked if this match does not end with a moonsault some sort of one of these men, Nick. But we know how many things Jericho is able to do, of course, being a master of reinvention, let alone how deep his repertoire is.
Yeah. Oh.
Lining him up for the Josephine. Ricochet rolls to the outside. Able to keep himself out of range of the possible Juice effect. That lightning fast spinning back elbow. Ricochet hoisting Jericho up and over. Hard on the floor. I think his neck hit the apron. And now Ricochet springing up the second with a triangle drop kick, dropping Jericho to the floor. Oh, my Ricochet picking up spinning tope suicida, driving Jericho further down the entranceway. As you're saying, Nick.
Oh, I was going to say, we got a 3-hour, this is a 3-hour program tonight.
Yeah, that's right. Let's not forget, folks, you're in for a 3-hour special Fallout tonight with AEW Dynamite and 1 hour of Collision. Still to come tonight, as we just learned, Brody King will go one-on-one with Claudio Castagnoli. We will also see Ty J, who have also put their names out there against Divine Dominion for the AEW Women's World Tag Team Championships, will be in action as well. Interview with Kyle Fletcher and Don Callis regarding their actions against Kanosuke Takeshita and its excommunication from the Don Callis family. A 5-second pause with Adam Copeland and Christian Cage. And MJF will celebrate as he is now a 3-time AEW Men's World Champion, all before the age of 30. And Hikaru, Shida, and Kris will have a lights-out Philadelphia street fight, considering the fallout from that failed for the AEW Women's World Championship. That and so much more ahead tonight here on AEW Dynamite. And Ricochet trying to take advantage here with the count-out policy. Aubrey up to 5 as Jericho right now crawls his way to the ring. There's no way this ends via count-out.
No.
Up to 8. Up to 9. And Jericho crawls in as Ricochet springs to the top rope. Springboard 450. Cover 2. Kick out 2.5. Impressive fortitude by Jericho kicking out of that. The way that Ricochet just twists his body in midair, though, is ridiculous. I just want to point that out for the record as well. Of course, we're on the stomping grounds of ECW. Taz knows this city very well and knows Chris Jericho very well based on their history. As Ricochet looks to shoot his spirit good. And Chris Jericho able to duck underneath. Uh-oh, double leg takedown. Looking to step over, trapping the walls. Walls of Jericho locked in, center of the ring. See if Ricochet finds his way to the ropes, though, as Jericho drags him back towards center.
It's an okay match.
Right, I'm about to say, you see the way right now, Ricochet is just trying to beat the legs out of Jericho, try to force way out of this hold. Now Jericho turning over, though, as Ricochet attacks the already damaged knee, able to punch away Chris Jericho and force the break of that hold. Of course, Jericho's knees are probably still not feeling right after that table bump and Stampede with that table didn't break through Bishop Khan. And right now, swing and a miss. Ricochet, standing switch. Schoolboy, roll up, cover. Aubrey in position, shoulders down. Gets a 2 count. Ricochet right now blocking Aubrey. And whoa. Ah, the low blow! Behind Aubrey Everett's back.
What a dick.
Well, what else would you expect from this ball? Never mind. Springboard, moonsault! The Rico salt, the cover, and Ricochet, no! Jericho kicked out. How many times, Nick, have we seen Ricochet use Chris Jericho's own lines against him in both insult and defeat?
Quite a bit. And I think this is the first time that he kicked out.
I believe you're correct. Ricochet right now seeing his opportunity here, maybe looking for the high-risk district, possibly that 630 or the 450 or the shooting star. Who knows what's on Ricochet's mind? Looking from high, Chris Jericho down. Oh, man! Crashing in the 630 on the canvas. Codebreaker, single knee connects. Jericho the cover! Kick out to by Ricochet. Wow. Great scouting by Jericho and a great move follow-up. Now looking to channel that Judas effect. Ricochet staggering to his feet and Jericho. Judas effect! Wipe out Ricochet! Oh, wait a minute. Big Jericho wants to put, as we were talking about earlier, the exclamation point on this. Off the second rope. Long insult connects! And the cover! 2, and Chris Jericho has done it!
And that's the dub.
I think it's safe to say we can finally put away this feud. Finally.
Well, you'd hope.
I mean, don't you? There's a reason why Chris Jericho still goes 33 later, Nick, in his mid-50s. Able to pick up a big win tonight against Ricochet, finally. Man, how good that must feel. Congratulations to Chris Jericho with a big win tonight. What the hell? Tommaso Ciampa? What the hell is this about? He's not even able to freaking embrace the Judas seal-off is about to happen. The Psycho Killer attacking Chris Jericho, now choking him out with his shirt. I mean, the last time we saw Tommaso Ciampa, he lost that ridiculous Amen Goals match against Mark Briscoe, but why would he attack Chris Jericho?
No, I don't know. This is something, big knee.
And now, taking all, maybe he's frustrated after what happened last week, because that was last week on Dynamite, let's forget, as he drops the knee. And Psycho Killer knee connects. Let me know when you see that, by the way. Jeez, oh, please.
You're good. That was, I mean, hey, you know what? This just means that the Ricochet thing is done, which is nice. And now we see his next feud.
Would you say that this is his moment? Your brain is buffering.
Yeah. Say that again. Sorry.
No, you're good. Would you say that was his moment?
That was, yeah, right. Like it's moving. You're now moving off into something else, right? Which is good to see.
So it seems. Now we go backstage to Andrade El Idolo. He wants the world title. The stupid potato, Andrea. You think you are better than Andrade? A real Latino man? Well, Big Hebrew says he's better than you, and you know it. How you know?
Yeah, I mean that's.
I mean, what's your thoughts on Andrade's comments?
I want him I remember. I don't remember where I saw it or where I heard it, but I mean, this is in line with the reports of Grand Slam Mexico, right? Because that should be coming up. We should be getting Grand Slam Mexico soon.
I believe you
So
are correct.
so why not? I mean, what a main event that would be. MJF versus Andrade El Idolo at Grand Slam Mexico, right? Like
I mean, it
that'd
would be
be
a hell of a way to prove that he's better than a real Latino man in the stomping grounds of CML when La Sombra became so damn famous. Of course, we've seen his blood feud over the mask of Mystico transpire and conclude down there. Mystico winning in the end, but Andrade El Idolo maybe beating MJF? How do you know? I mean, it's a fair thought. Well, as we got a moment to breathe again, thank you all for tuning in here to the Super Lava Studios. Please subscribe, comment, tell friends to keep you in tune with all the biggest fans across all fans of wrestling. Again, here's the Super Lava Studios. We are bringing you coverage of the entire Owen Hart Foundation tournaments for both the men and the women. We know we got 2 matches tonight for the men. Mark Davis versus Jungle Jet Perry, and now official, Nick. Tonight, we're getting Claudio Castagnoli versus Brody King.
okay. I mean, yeah, they're really doing. They did a good job with the matches. You know, I was very critical of not. I didn't want any of the Owen Hart tournament matches on the card. I felt like you could have really had those matches on main eventing Dynamite. You know,
Well, it is
for
the
how far
quarterfinals, though, to be fair. I mean, they're the opening round matches of the tournaments. So, I mean,
I
there's also
know,
that.
I know, but because we're so far away from All In, you know, I don't want them to take the foot off the gas, right? Like
That's fair.
I looked at it as I want, you know, the pay-per-views are so important to Tony, and that's great, but the um I also want the weekly television to be just that much important. So I mean, imagine those matches main event a Dynamite. You know what I mean? Like that's the way I looked at it. I mean,
I
at
think
this
the women are
point,
going to main it tonight, dude, because they're going lights out. I'm just saying.
oh well, no, it's technically not a main event because those.
Okay, Mr. Technicality. As we get back at AEW Dynamite and you bring a freshly squeezed opinion on what a lights out match means on an actual program as the audience stands for 1/3 AEW Trios champions. Speaking of AEW, for those that haven't tuned in, get ready for some fun. Here comes a Super Station Showcase Fatal 4-Way. Also known as a wrestler exhibition. This should be interesting. And how fitting with Orange Cassidy, because truly, it's whatever.
So why are we okay? So
the definition of whatever, Nick, but go ahead. Let your brain try and figure this thing out. I dare you.
Well, no, my question is just why are we does the winner of this match get a championship match?
I would think that this would have championship implications in many capacities. I mean, Leo Rush, who previously, Leo Rush is a freak, previously faced Pop, former AEW National Champion, Orange Cassidy, former 2 AEW National Champion, Bruce, who's been on a hell's fury lately in All Elite Wrestling. You mess with Bull, you get the horns. And Brian Cage, who just returned to just challenge Kevin Knight for the TNT title. I could definitely see one of these 4 men picking up a win here going after some sort of championship. By the way, shout out to the fan with the Rebel heart sign, of course, for our friend Rebel Tania, of course, Rebel at AEW. As we learned, Fight for the Fallen will go towards funding and supporting ALS awareness and research. I respect.
A great shirt.
Would you like that shirt?
I need that shirt.
the sideways head shirt? Was that what you're talking about?
Yes. The missus just saw Orange's sideways head shirt, and she's like, I want that shirt.
But she wants look at the glass. Wait till you see the glasses. Wait till you see the glasses and how they're positioned, and you'll see why. Oh my
yeah,
gosh.
did you notice this shirt and the way the glasses were
You
positioned?
didn't notice?
I noticed it. Did you notice it?
Oh, yeah,
Perfectly covered.
Oh, but those are his actual glasses.
Yeah.
Okay.
His face is sideways and his shirt is positioned.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway,
And then
who better than the machine, Brian Cage, who
And
just came back from
What
injury?
does he look like?
Wolverine.
What does he look like to you?
Oh, but
A what?
I love it. What
A
does he look
male
like?
main character. Okay. And now who does
A
this guy look
male
like?
main character. I don't know necessarily if that's descriptive enough. I'm just gonna put that out there.
Well, to all you book talk people that are watching this, they will know.
Fair enough.
What does he look like? Why?
I mean, she doesn't have to give a reason if he doesn't want to. I'm just saying. And of course, Orange Cassidy and Brian Cage have shared many battle royales, including Royal Rampages together. They have never had a one-on-one singles match. And again, as I said, Rouge, one of the most intense men you ever see inside an AEW ring. You could ask, insert opponent here, Darby Allin, Bryan Danielson, just to name two key players. I remember at his, of course, illustrious matches in his AEW career. Coming back, of course, from a shoulder injury. This is going to be an interesting fail forward because I do think it also is going to dictate a lot of someone's road to Forbidden Door, I think, here. And right now, my money's on Rouge. I mean, you did bring up Grand Slam Mexico, Nick. Rouge might want to be putting himself in that conversation.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, I get it. We're wrestling first. I get it. I understand.
Yeah, of course.
But I'd like some thought into it. Like, again, we're having these four men in this match.
Well, now you got Brian Cage and Bruce in the ring one-on-one by themselves. I wouldn't mind seeing this match. And we've kind of got to just point it out, Nick. When it comes to these unique exhibitions that are put on by AEW, whether Fatal 4-Way or Triple Threat, they surprise us in what sort of dynamics you think they can lead to. Brian Cage and Bruce was not on my bucket list, but I kind of don't mind it right now. Swing and a miss, and Brian Cage off the ropes, and Rouge, way too much bodyweight differential. Botch. Losing his footing there, unable to catch Rouge. Now off the ropes, and oh gosh, just caught with that elbow. And Brian Cage with no effect with a lariat. And Rouge back up to his feet. Okay, now I need this as the singles. Rebound, German suplex. Cage momentum carrying against. Oh, Jesus! Rouge and Cage literally ending with a vicious looking Death by driver high angle. Leo Rush will catch the quick cover at one, as I was saying. It's one of those things that with these exhibitions, we see these unique first-time dynamics you didn't think could have an AEW, but maybe you wondered what if. Now, Leo Rush, Blackheart, Leo Rush, and Orange Cassidy, that was the farthest thing from any sort of bingo list.
Yes.
Cassidy right now, good answer, man. Good answer. I mean, you got Family Feud up there in Canada, not nearly as entertaining as Steve Harvey, though, but still, this is different. The misdirection of the man of the hour, though. And right now, Leo Rush, I feel like Leo Rush is freaking out Orange Cassidy just a little bit. Sunset flip, and wait. Hold that flop. And hands in the pockets. Orange Cassidy engaged. And Leo Rush bridges out from underneath. Swing and a miss. And again, as I said, Leo Rush, Orange Cassidy never shared the ring one-on-one against each other. Kip up in the drop kick by Pockets. The only man I know that could be the most effective man inside a wrestling ring with the hands in his pockets for the duration of it. In the business.
I don't know how he
I'm still trying to figure it out, dude. I have no answer for you. I've been asking that question since he faced freaking Kylie Ray on the Independents and Kris Statlander for that matter, before they became all elite. Brian Cage looking to stick a smoke in it towards the center, looking for the power bomb. Leo Rush trying to fight out of it, though. Take up to Harrison's Brian Cage out to the outside. Brian Cage, former, of course, FTW champion. If for those that don't know what that title means, ask Taz about it. As again, we're in Philly. And Leo Rush right now chilling his inner golem or unique beast, just galloping around the ring for the tope and got caught by Brian Cage. Swung around in vertical, stalling position. Orange Cassidy with the tope and the stalling drops Leo Rush and Brian Cage. 2-for-1 special. And now watch wait a minute, Rouge tranquilo, Orange Cassidy, tranquilo. And no orange mimosa needed. You were saying, Nick.
No, he was trying to tranquilo.
The tranquilo, dude, and we'll be tranquilo during this commercial break as AEW continues, folks. Stay tuned. Wrestle Quiet picture-in-picture, JR, or Prazan picture, or full commercial break if you're on HBO Max, fuck streaming services. Again, though, Nick, you look at these four men, do you see any way this could go for them in a win, or who do you think needs this win? Like, where's the potential here? Talk to me.
Who I'd want to see win this match?
Mm-hmm.
I want Rouge. I think Rouge is great. I think he could be a really big player in that international division, like in the international title picture. Imagine him and Takeshita.
Oh, good Lord.
Yeah. I see him in the international picture. Like, I would love to have him there and get him some gold. Like, let's. He's a talker. Rouge can talk. He's not scared to talk.
Oh no, he'll tell you he'll tell you what he means.
Exactly, and people are all over him, right? And I mean, if you're not going to do anything with LFI in the trios division, which I mean you should, and we've needed that multiple times.
Brother. Hindsight.
But yeah, no, I think Rouge. I think Rouge needs this. Give him some momentum. Give him some momentum.
Yeah, I feel like for me, since Rouge came back from injury and I've seen him squash these people in less than 3 minutes on a Collision, and this being probably the most serious match right now that we're seeing him in, I feel like, yeah, he does need this win.
So I want to ask you, because...
Go for it. I mean, you usually turn these things into an interview with me for some reason, and I just intercept it along with the commentary. So definitely go for it.
I think we know. I think we know all. Hey, Leroy's in the chat.
Good to see you, Leroy. Definitely starting to get momentum. Keep doing it with Rouge, and apparently he agrees with your sentiments. And thank you for tuning in, bro.
Man, it's Rouge can be a player. Treat him as such. I mean, before we get back to the show, us Canadians are just so lucky. We're just, when it comes to AEW, we are lucky.
Now, why would you be saying that, I wonder? Because it sounds like to me you are once again redeeming the greatness that is the Great White North in your country. Because as we talk about AEW and the roster and the outlook of the product, maybe being on an ascension, you might be referring to the fact that AEW is going to bring forward to us a redemption.
Yes, I am excited. The Montreal. I mean, I wish it was Toronto, but I mean,
I kind of do too, if I'm honest.
The one place I'm glad they didn't go to is
Nick, let's be nice to our bat now. Come on, she's not here, but you know she loves AEW as much as you, if not more.
I know. I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying that, you know.
All right.
Just, you know.
You can show up in the chat anytime. I'm just saying.
I'm just, you know, the Eastern Canada is lucky.
I do agree about that. I will agree about that. Anyway.
And I think nobody likes a pay-per-view in Winnipeg. So, I mean, it is what it is.
There's the damn get. Are you all not in the same province?
No, we are not. Winnipeg is in Manitoba.
Never mind. I got nothing.
Yeah,
I tried.
Winnipeg is in Manitoba.
Oh, man. And Orange Cassidy dropped with a stalling drop suplex covered by Brian Cage. And Rouge breaks it up.
Yeah, so...
Fair enough. And of course,
nobody wants to go to Manitoba and Winnipeg. So I mean, guess
I wouldn't know. I've only been to Toronto 1 weekend in my life. That's all I know about Canada.
It's okay. You don't need to worry about Manitoba. What's in Manitoba?
Cover.
It's just Winnipeg.
I don't.
Just Winnipeg.
Give me a tour guide, I guess. I know that AEW is going to be at my stomping grounds of Ohio and also in Michigan, Youngstown, Ohio, Saturday, June 6th. Summer Blockbuster will be in Cincinnati, and of course, AEW returns back to that theater in Detroit later this summer, folks. You can get your tickets again today. AWTX.com. It won't cost you a kidney. Coming up, Brian Cage, Presley, a Rush gets a 2 count, and you might enjoy your actual live wrestling experience.
Yeah, I mean, I'll try to get to Montreal, but I mean, I don't.
Prioritize our passions, Nick, as I always like to, and of course, encourage here in Orange Cassidy right now.
I will say if AEW PR is listening to us and watching us, I would love to be the feet on the ground for the Simply Reliable Studios there. So AEW PR, check us out. We want to come. We want to be there.
And again, folks, you can follow us today at SR Studios 2024 on the X. Orange Cassidy with the tornado DDT to the outside on the machine. Brian Cage off the tope, crowning the machine. Wait a minute. What the hell? Roger Romero, Lance Archer, members of the Don Callis family.
Yo.
I mean, it's legal in fatal four-way action, to be fair. The orange punch caught by Lance Archer. Oh, boy, this is not going to end well. Oh, booting Rocky away, swinging a miss by Lance. Orange punch connects. Oh, quadrant. Jericho!
Yeah.
Back!
Okay.
Something! Oh, man, Roderick Strong fighting off Jay Doyle now. As if the Don Callis family doesn't have enough numbers already. Lance Archer now hoisting Orange Cassidy where the conglomeration is literally fighting with the Don Callis family. This match just became a freaking one-on-one with Leo Rush and Roosh. Okay. I didn't expect that to happen. So what happens when a bull meets a freak? I'll say the intensity and the velocity of both these men. Lope. Oh! Stunner off the bottom rope by Leo Rush, looking for the rush hour. Leo Rush feeling something, and Rouge was trying to grab Leo. And Leo right now, the evasive actions out. Pacing around the spear. Cover. Hook above legs. Kick out two. Can you imagine if Leo Rush beat Roosh on AEW?
I mean, I think I'd be like,
I'd be confused right now as I'm confused on what just happened. Meanwhile, Leo Rush went for the final hour, split leg frostbite. Oh, ran it on a full right fist by Roosh.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's a four-way, so there's no DQ.
Did you just realize that, bruv?
Yeah, I did. I'll be honest with you. I kind of was just like, oh.
I feel like your brain is slowly buffering, still trying to wake up from double or nothing. Meanwhile, Roosh is trying to choke the life out of Leo Rush with a cable from under the ring. And again, there's no disqualifications. Technically, the fact that it's a singles match and stars of fatal four-way, there still is no DQ. And there's also no count on the outside. So Rouge can be as pissed off as he wants against Leo Rush. Bryce Rams been trying to get these men back inside the ring. Good luck with that. Now Leo Rush, I don't know if he actually feels pain or laughs at pain. The jury is out. Just stomping away at Leo Rush in the corner. Uh-oh. And right now, Rouge might be looking to charge through Leo Rush. If you mess with the bull, you get the horns on target. Drag towards center. This fades over the cover. Rouge is victorious. Well, that's a statement. Big payday for Rouge tonight. Getting a win on AEW Dynamite. Well, that was a fun four-way as we go backstage to Renee Paquette to maybe figure out what the hell's going on here tonight. As she's looking to get words from our new AEW champion, MJF, who has the Triple B on his shoulder once again, Kevin Knight.
Ooh.
This should be interesting. I want to say thank you. MJF trying to make it by himself, so you want to show respect to the biggest draw. MJF saying, I'll see you around. You got a bright future. Ooh. Don't get it twisted. Darby blew up into that should have gotten the jet. Next time, maybe I'm going to beach fade over a title. Well, definitely some moxie on the jet. Kevin Knight still thinking he could be a double world champion. Oh, boy. Speaking of champions, there's another title in play here that another person might be looking at, and that's Kyle Fletcher.
I love this. This is what I'm talking about. What they're doing is interesting. That was interesting. The fact that you had Kevin look at the world champion, and then you had I want that. I want that. That to me is interesting, even though it's a little bit. That was good. I love it.
Well, apparently Kevin Knight being endorsed by Don Callis, who again, of course, Don Callis' family seems to be back stronger than ever with Jake Doyle returning. And we also just saw Kevin Knight confronted by the former TNT champion, Kyle Fletcher. So again, where's Kyle's mind at right now? Does he want the TNT title back? And does Don Callis only want Kyle Fletcher to be TNT champion once again? Does he not want to see him go towards bigger things? We saw the way Okada grabbed the AEW National Championship, but Kyle also grabbed it too, and Okada's like, okay. But you know Don Callis is dictating everybody's agenda. I'm just saying, Nick.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, that's stories. I get it. We're all about the wrestling, and we want wrestling. Wrestling is first. I get it. The AEW has built their bread and butter on the in-ring talent, but give me stories that I can be invested in as well. I don't need soap operas. I just need stories. And what they did right there, with the Jet, with Kyle, and that was good. Now expand on that and build on these things.
Well, I'm pretty sure they're definitely going to do that. Coming up next, we're going to celebrate with MJF as we go to full commercial break. Fuck streaming services. But that being said, MJF, Andrade, Kyle Fletcher, Kevin Knight, Owen Hart Foundation tournament winner. There's already still a lot going on with the AEW Men's World Championship. And we literally aren't even a full hour into the night.
Well, let's see what happens. With this. They're obviously going to set up the title picture for MJF, I would assume, after this celebration. So let's see where they go with things.
I mean, you're expecting somebody to confront MJF in this?
I would. I am expecting somebody to say something, right?
Something! I'm just glad Jake Doyle's back because I think Jake Doyle is extremely underrated.
Now, I mean, I hate to say it, but now you take now that Jake Doyle is back, you take the national title off of Mark Davis, and you have them in the tag team division with Doyle and something. All right, Doyle and Davis. Have them back in the tag team division, and they can be a steady act in the tag team division, right?
I would say so.
They have a look. They did have chemistry. So let's see them come back. And then with the national title, you put it on somebody who can, that you want to, I wouldn't say establish, I would say get the fans used to. I think your preliminary title should be, when you're a single star, a young single star, up and coming, I feel like the national title should be the one that you want to go after, because that's how, you want to get that feeling for a championship. And then you can move on to the TNT title. And then you go for the either international title or you go for the world title, right? So give the national title to an up and coming, a young star, right?
I mean, to
somebody
be
that
fair,
you're
Mark Davis has never been a singles champion, and
no.
so far with one defense, I think he's trying to really fit into this, as he talked about, I think, on the scrum with Tony Khan after Ring of Honor in his first defense. So it's a whole new aspect for him, considering he's always been a tag team specialist. So I feel maybe not young, but they're already kind of doing that, because obviously he's going to lose it to somebody else, and hopefully it is somebody with that young potential. Speaking of potential, we go backstage to the Brawling Birds, out of here, Jamie Hayter and Alex Windsor, who are, of course, undefeated as a tag team. And, of course, Jimmy Hayter saying, "Yet to take Feckla's head clean off." I agree. Of course, Alex Windsor was set to face Will Nightingale, but we don't know who Alex is going to face now. I feel so sad for Will. I'll get well soon. And so does Alex Windsor's heart. When it find Danny with the throw down. Of course she's won the throw down. She's a brawling Brit. I am prepared for a wild card. What's your first start? I think I was one would be the best. Shout out to East Salcedo, by the way. Great interview of Alex Windsor recently. Go check that out, folks. And of course, as we talked about before, we will be covering each AEW TV show as long as there's an Owen Hart Memorial Tournament on it. As you see below, next week we will find out the wild card facing Alex Windsor as the women's Owen Hart Memorial Tournament will continue. So stay tuned for coverage here next week, Wednesday, for AEW Dynamite. More than that. There's a more amount. My Billy.
Interesting. Okay.
And so am I. It would be so cinematically beautiful to see both brothers as champions.
Yeah. So who are you thinking? Who do you think and who do you want as the wild card?
Oh.
I think there is really only 3 names. Actually,
There's a lot of names out there I could think of considering the wrestling business. As far as AEW, I think about those inside the roster that could get this chance. I think about those with connected tissues. Julia Hart, Pina Manada. But for now, we weren't going to talk about women. We're going to talk about, as you see the ring decked out in the gold and black as the Burberry Titantron grace our screen. Ladies and gentlemen, your 3-time AEW World Champion, Maxwell Jacob Friedman, MJF. Coming out on his own pompous throne with the old world title underneath his foot. As he proved this past Sunday, Nick, Darby Allin was the one mountain he couldn't conquer. Good grief.
I'll just say while he does his entrance, there are 2 names that I think would stand out that, I mean, I can't see anybody else. Well, I could, but I mean, the 2 names that I hope it is, one would be Dani Luna.
That's a fair shout.
Because remember, she did ask for her release from TNA.
Brit versus a Brit, I'm all for it.
Or Charlie.
Oh, Charlie. You got Charlie maybe in the fray. Well, she did face Kris Statlander, her return back to wrestling at Wrestle Kingdom 8 for the EVE International Championship, as MJF just threw away the original AEW World Championship. Disgraceful. And also, we just saw her, of course, involved in Las Vegas. Not to mention, Will Ospreay was very outspoken about Charlie's potential in AEW. As MJF is going to insult us for the next 5 minutes or so, maybe 10.
Dick.
Big Hebrew's got a Triple B back. Oh, Lord. And we're never going to hear the end of it. Saying that Darby's hanging his head in shame. As he began with some of the simplest business, the headlock takeover, the freaking move that wrote the story of Darby Allin and MJF and AEW. Did I say third time? Yes, you did, as the triple B is around your waist again. Made promotions. Only 8 men have ever been a 3-time world champion by 30 years of age. I mean, that's a hell of a feat. I'm not going to lie. You're going to talk about me until the sun explodes. So the end of time. Got it. Remotely condescending. Unfortunate you are. There's the shut the F up chance. I knew those were not going to take long. It's really lucky you are. That's me in real time. The greatness that is me. Oh my gosh. Well, Beta Scott already out speaking about Speeble Mike Billy, saying, revenge, next. We're living the gray there because it's all about him. Boy, is he full of himself. The most complete professional wrestler in the world. Ain't nobody close a generational talent. Yada, 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 yada. Okay, you read us your business card. There's the part we needed people to do the right thing. I want every single person at home. This Bulldog Arena. To get down on hand and knee.
No.
And bow before the greatest of all time. I ain't bowing for nobody, man. Oh my gosh. Well, if there is such a thing as a fool's golden age, this is the personification of it. Wait, what? What the hell? Who's that? Mark Briscoe! Well, I mean, Mark Briscoe, let's not forget, before MJF found himself again, this boy put this asshole through 10,000 worth of freaking tables and tacks at AEW. You saw that live, Nick.
No. No.
Okay. I'm about to say, you know what? Freaking hell, go for it. Long term, just do it one time. Boy, this boy put this boy's ass in his place. All right, you had your celebration. We had the confetti. We had the flag. We had the balloons. You're wasting precious airtime. Let's go ahead and get back to some wrestling. Mark Briscoe all about that. I want to know what the word of the night is, or the word of the day. The stranger is a strange place. I love Mark Briscoe. Go in here, Max. It was right for the desert. Exotic South American beach penguins. Wait, those are fake? We are in Philly. I love this guy.
No.
We're in the land of extreme. Dead company. Got ECW chance, that's why. Some of the toughest human beings on the planet live like here. He's not wrong. That suit, by the way, good grief. What do you say? Self-absorbed, man. These are the words of yours. So does Scarface. He's in his own hype. Yep. There's bells. We know it. Believe it, man. With all your heart. Let me remind you.
No.
Damn right he did. That's right. On pay-per-view. Let me not be my bush. I want a title shot, damn it, man. Now I want to see MJF
No.
coach some stuff out of this. You tough little bitch. Or are you going to man up? Well, we all know how insecure MJF is, and not just his tiny pickle. I say, MJF, you going to let him get inside your head again? So, no. I'd say no because he pulled the flag down. All they wrestling is just a sport. It's a business. Talking about how bad was that Darby Allin had the championship. You think it's a good idea for Mark Briscoe to have the championship? Why not? Former Railroad champion. I buy into it. I watch it. One of them is my affiliate is poor. If you challenge me with the top prep, it's coming out of business. White trash, hillbilly, redneck. Damn. You're nowhere near the. He's gonna punch him in the face of the devil.
What?
Yep. MJF leaving Mark Briscoe to the ring and literally leaving on his own hoisted petard. Well, that's that when it comes to our new AEW World Champion. Well, maybe he's not leaving. You were talking about Roosh earlier, right, Nick? Challenges come from all sides, and Roosh did get a victory tonight. If Mark Briscoe is in quality, Roosh has the quantity. It's funny. So funny. He's a chicken farmer. You? You're a chicken shit. Damn.
You get the horn.
Oh boy. So, I went you before. And almost beat you. Ooh. When you mess with the bull, you get the horns. I'm for it. I'm for it. Bruce versus Mark Briscoe. No more contenders match. Winner faces the grandson Mexico, like Nick was trying to point out. You can find cracker jokes. MJF saying not to speak different languages. Oh, senor, wow, you're bilingual. You could say one word. You're as bilingual as Don Callis. I do agree with you. What? MJF saying Bruce earned himself a title shot?
That's not going to happen, no.
I don't think so. I think he's just egging. Definitely more remarkable than that ugly piece of chicken beep in the ring right now. So Rouge. You want to be for the Tribute Night here at Philly? What? There is no way. There is no way. Don't buy into it, folks. You know he's not doing that. Told you, psych.
So we're getting, okay.
Next week, me versus you.
So we're getting
championship. What?
So we'll get, okay.
So MJF versus Bruce next week for the AEW World Championship. You know he's only doing this to rub salt in the wounds of Mark Briscoe, right? There's no way this is actually going to be legit. There's no way.
But this is...
Once again, this is MJF's world. We're just limiting it, but it sounds like to me we are going to call Bruce versus MJF for the Triple B for the AEW World Championship. Okay. That was a development I didn't expect. Well, Nick, you might as well eat crow. What do you figure of that?
Okay. I mean, yeah, I guess. But I mean, if this is them setting up Briscoe, I mean, I won't hate it. Okay, I won't hate it if it's Briscoe, MJF for the title at Forbidden Door, I guess.
But you obviously got to consider that both world championships have to be defended, I would think, in some sort of way at Forbidden Door, because obviously, much like how, King of Pro Wrestling works in New Japan, the champions and the challengers should be 100% official that night, period. Unless, to your point, we do have that pay-per-view in July, where they could use that as a catalyst to challenge what champions and challengers will go into Wembley Stadium the following month. But I do think we are getting at least one defense of the Women's and World Championships at the pay-per-views in one of those two pay-per-view shows. That being said, here come the Death Riders.
Well, no, you'll get, I mean, MJF will, this is why I said I wish they started the Continental Classic at least at Forbidden Door, culminating at Redemption.
Right.
Because, I mean, you're not going to main event, no offense to Mark Briscoe, but Briscoe versus MJF is not a main event. So unless that match is gonna open the show and you're going to close Forbidden Door with the Owen matches, I'd be okay with it. But if you're telling me that MJF is main eventing against Mark Briscoe,
No. The Forbidden Door, much like the WWE last year, is going to be defined start and end, I think, by the Owen. I'm thinking Redemption defines the World Championships.
But the Owen, the winner of the Owen gets a World Championship match.
Yes, exactly, at Wembley Stadium. But it doesn't mean they're facing that person that holds that championship. You see what I mean?
Yeah. I know.
It's New Japan. It's literally New Japan. It's out of New Japan's playbook. G1 Climax and then the aftermath at Power Struggle and King of Pro Wrestling. King of Pro Wrestling being the ultimate de facto show of who is going in to face off for the IWGP Heavyweight title. That being said, let's go ahead and get into gear tonight because violence is upon us. Time for Brody King versus Cloud Castagnoli. And Nick, let's go ahead and take a look at the men's Owen Hart Foundation tournament. It's, of course, we saw Samoa Joe and we saw Bandito fall short against Will Ospreay and Swerve Strickland. And the winner of this match will have Swerve Strickland waiting on the other side. Brody King obviously fighting on behalf of the fallen friend. And, of course, Cloud Castagnoli, one of the most recognized men in tournament's history, has yet to win a major tournament here in All Elite Wrestling. Also, the card tonight still, Jungle Jack Prayer goes one-on-one with Mark Davis, of course, on the other half of the bracket. Go ahead, bro.
No, I mean, this match is, you can go either way with it. I mean, you have to make Brody strong, so I think Brody should win this. And then you have a Brody Swerve semifinal match. But you could also go Claudio and play off the Will/Death Rider story angle.
Well, as I said before, Will Ospreay has a pinfall win over Claudio Castagnoli in a previous Continental Classic.
Yeah. But I mean,
go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, going back to just quickly, this is why I love how they have the redemption now in July. They just got to now it's just retweaking everything, right? Now it's just making sure schedules line.
The word you're looking for, but I do see what you mean.
Yeah, that's going to be. I like that they've added that pay-per-view.
And again, let's keep in mind the Owen Hart Memorial Tournament runs all the way through Forbidden Door. The finals will be at AEW Forbidden Door literally next month, and the winners of those tournaments will go on to challenge for both the AEW Men's and Women's World Championships, respectively, at AEW All In Wembley Stadium. That is the richest prize. That is the ultimate goal for everybody involved in both of these tournaments. Let's keep that in mind.
Yeah, no, it definitely is. I love the way that their schedule is lining up, how they're having, without barring January and February, which I don't mind it. I feel like, 10 pay-per-views a year is great.
It doesn't feel like too much to me because it gives them a soft start literally to the year.
Yeah. It's good. You kick the year off with Revolution and you end it with World's End.
How fitting from a name standpoint, by the way, too. I just want to point that out, by the way, too. I'm just saying. Mm-hmm. And then you walk in the year end, of course, with a New Year's smash. And right now, we got the meat division here as both these men are heavy-handed and hitting each other hard. Of course, still to come tonight, Ty J will also be in tag team matches. Of course, they have the goal of becoming women's tag team champions and upsetting the Divine Dominion. We also learned with Andrade putting his name out there for the AEW World Championship, he will go one-on-one with the inevitable Ace Austin. Ace Austin, who has been a hell of a stud lately here in AEW, taking on some of the best AEW has to offer, but still looking for a big major win as both Claudio Castagnoli and Brody King picking things up when they left off in the 2024 Continental Classic. Gold League action. Claudio Castagnoli won that night against Brody King. In 2023, though, in the Blue League, Brody King got the first victory in singles. Oh, God. Against Claudio Castagnoli. They are both 1-1 against each other in tournament action. And, of course, this tournament is single elimination. Loser is eliminated from the men's Owen Hart Foundation tournament. Now, Claudio, though, oh, man, worked out by Brody King with that closing over the top of the floor. Odds are barking tonight, referee for this contest, Rick Knox. Nice steady night of television, honestly. I've enjoyed this so far. Claudio on the outside, looking to regroup. Oh, Claudio not looking to get back in the ring here. Maybe trying, to use the count out to his benefit here and deflate any momentum Brody King has. Brody King on the attack, though. Now both these men on the outside. This could get dangerous and violent real quick. Brody King, of course, who previously challenged MJF earlier this year for the AEW World Championship. Lest you forget, back, of course, at Grand Slam Australia. Knife-edge chop giving Claudio a seat, and As, of course, this match continues. Stay tuned, folks. Wrestler Quiet Picture in Picture of you on HBO Max. Full commercial break. Fuck streaming services. I also just want to give a quick programming note here as we have a moment to breathe, if you will. Of course, here at the Subaba Studios, we have so much more ahead for you here. So I'm actually going to take a little bit of impromptu break to give you a little bit of taste and insight in what's to come from the Super Reliable Studios. So check this out, and we'll see you on the other side.
And now for a taste of things to come.
as always, here in the Super Live Studios, we truly
All the
want to
wrestling.
remind you how we always encompass, embrace, celebrate, engage, pontificate, analyze, criticize, and react to all the wrestling. As we continue forward here tonight with a special 3-hour edition of Collision AEW Dynamite. Again, so much has already unfolded. We, of course, saw Kevin Knight go to business for himself as Jet Speed is no more. Chris Jericho was able to overcome Ricochet with his patented Lion Salt here, of course, in the original going. And, of course, right now we are dealing with the men's Owen Hart Tournament quarterfinals. Brody King versus Claudio Castagnoli still to come tonight. Dunkzilla Mark Davis versus Jungle Jack Prairie. And we also, of course, learned that Jake Doyle is now back. We also, of course, still have so much more to come, including Ty J and Tag Team match with Kris Statlander, Shida, Lights Out Billy Street Fight. We have the Jeff Riders in trios action against the Rascals. Will Ospreay teaming up with Pac and John Moxley against Myron Reed, Zachary Wentz, and Desmond Xavier. And, of course, we still are forging our way for Forbidden Door to see who will be our main eventers in AEW in Wembley Stand. As we just learned next week, MJF will defend the Triple B, the AEW World Championship, against Roosh, as Andrade El Idolo, Kyle Fletcher, and Kevin Knight, and Mark Briscoe for that matter, and Roosh have all set their sights on the AEW World Championship. Swinging a miss, and Claudio and Brody King collide in the center and collapse, bringing both men down to their knees. That's full-on meat-on-meat impact right there. I love the fact that these two always just lay it in. They don't let up whenever they fight each other.
Mm-hmm. No, for real.
Chops here, open palm strats, of course. Our remaining opening matches to come tonight. Mark Davis, Jungle Jack Prairie, as our semifinals will be set up. Both men just clutch to turn the jaw and both men down. Good grief. Just laying it in the wear and tear, of course, right now being demonstrated here on both of these men. And again, as I pointed out, Forbidden Door will be the finals of this year's Owen Hart Edition tournament. The winners of those matches will go on to All In to challenge for the respective World Championships. As we learned, next week we will find out who the Forbidden Door is that will face Alex Windsor in the women's Owen Hart Edition tournament quarterfinals, since Willow Nightingale had to vacate her spot. So is it Danny Luna? Is it Charlie? Is it Deonna Purrazzo? Is it Queen Aminata? Is it someone from Storm? Is it Kaylee Ray? Is it Nikki Storm? Is it someone from the UK? Is it someone from Canada? Is it someone from Mexico? We will find out next week, and it is also official. MJF will defend the AEW World Championship against Roosh after winning that fatal four-way tonight and declaring Mark Briscoe unfit. Now, Claudio teeing off here with these uppercuts here in the corner. Combination left and right here, just teeing off against Big Bad Brody King. Trying to wear down and take out the big man at this point. Average whip, and Claudio Castagnoli has such a damn deep gas tank. Easy for me to say. Average whip. And again, Brody King able to get the boot up, though, preventing the running uppercut. Big elbow smash. Knife finish chop. Of course, Brody King finding out about having this full-in brochacho, of course, in Bandito, who lost to Swerve Strickland and still probably doesn't have full filling in his neck, Nick.
He probably does not.
Just saying. That many athletes, I think, can square up to Brody King, much like Carl Castagnoli has. When I think of people that can square up against Brody King, there are two people that I only think that can do it. Claudio Castagnoli and Kadoza Kashka. Both men, of course, who have wins over Brody King in tournament action. Claudio slumped down in the corner, though, and Brody King might be going bowling. Looking for the strike, and Claudio gets up and clocks him with an uppercut. Oh, jeez, and it's a receipt. Brody King not looking to be denied, going for the spare. Cannonball connects in the corner. Crushing Claudio.
Jeez.
I'd say just talk about literally throwing your own body to caution in the win, or just throwing your own body at your opponent. Not even a finisher, it's just a move of devastation. Crowd chant, this is awesome, and I agree. I always enjoy these two big meaty men fighting. Brody King building up speed. Oh, man, intercepted with the uppercuts. Looking for the tope suicida. Good Lord. Still somehow staggered on his feet, and uh-oh. Now Claudio removing the elbow pad, former CML world champion. Dance gets uppercut European style. Now Claudio looking for the pump and a positive neutralizer. Back fire drop. Let's out speed though. Claudio up the ropes again. Rises the Brody King. Both men collide. Middle of the ring. Claudio picking up speed again. And Brody and Claudio, the meat division, as officially right in AEW. Again, it takes so much to take a man down like Brody King, let alone Claudio Castagnoli. Claudio Castagnoli for more lean, mean muscle. Brody King just full on heavy weight. Now Brody hoisting up Claudio, pausing for the Gonzo bomb, and Claudio able to get out. Uppercut to the spine of Brody, and Brody looking for his own discus. Claudio swats it away. Big uppercut by Claudio again.
Wow.
Brody came, swinging a miss. I'm loving this. Up the ropes. Caught on mid-air with the elbow. Stunning Claudio. It's been nothing but smash mouth in your face. Pop up, uppercut, switch step connects by Claudio, and that could be it. But Brody fends it off and hits with the lariat. Falls the cover, back, King advances. Wow.
Not bad. Not bad. Good, right decision.
That was
Hard-hitting,
wild. That was a slobber knocker, as good OJR would call. Those two men just left it all in there once again. And Brody King now goes 2-1 against Claudio. I love a good meaty fight, Nick.
That was meat madness.
And you now know what this means. We have a rematch from Evolution in our semifinals. Brody King goes one-on-one with the most dangerous man in AEW once again, Swerve Strickland.
That should be an interesting match. I mean, I think it's Swerve's match to lose, because I feel like it's going to be Swerve and Will in the finals. Still, it's going to be an interesting matchup.
Yeah, about to say, talk about tenderizing your opponent. Boofa. Again, we got full commercial break for streaming services. As, of course, AEW Dynamite continues here. So, again, thank you all for tuning in. Please like, subscribe, comment, tell a friend if you haven't already. I encourage you to subscribe and follow all the friends here at the Super Reliable Studios on the X and on YouTube. If you haven't already, don't be a dickhead. Follow our Canadian friend Ash today at Barry for Wrestling. There you can see on the X and shout out at Ash in and out of the spaces. And follow her when she does produce content on YouTube at Batty for Wrestling. Become part of Batty's Young Punks today. Don't be a dickhead. If you haven't already and you want to learn more about what we do here, follow SR Studios 2024 on the X right now. Show us some love as we bring you engagement, watch-alongs, interviews, and weekly shenanigans here 24/7, 365 all the time. Follow Nick Believe, as you see there on the tagline on X. Of course, great fans of the Conduit of Karma, Kai McKenna. Shout out to her, by the way. Stay tuned when we do cover more wrestling here, including independent promotions like Powerbomb, Powerbomb Symphony Wrestling, of course, as well as much more. As you saw, we do JCW, GCW, HLG, and so much more here. Speaking of studios, please follow the Ranking Wrestling JJ Williams at Casting Studios. And if you haven't already, go read his article published at NoDQ.com when it comes to mid-card championship titles and holders, the importance of it, the potential of it, the wasted booking of it. That and so much more occurs with Ranking JJ Williams and what's been on his mind as he got his first article published on NoDQ.com. Go and read that today. And follow our Mighty Morphin Pig Powers and Attila at Pop Culture Powerbomb today on the X, her new endeavor, bringing you all sorts of pop culture, anime, mentions, outlooks, and other vlogs and tales in and out of all things pop culture. Again, follow today, Pop Culture Powerbomb, or follow Attila at Rangers of Wrestling on the X. And that's pretty much the crew right here in and out of YouTube. So if you haven't already, I hope we're reliable for you. And also Walter Cruz, Rangers of Wrestling. Subscribe. But thank you. We'll have to have a full commercial break here, Nick. We now know one half of our semifinals still to come tonight. Dunkzilla Mark Davis goes one-on-one with Jungle Jack Prairie. Both these men now 1-1 against each other, much like Brody King and Claudio Castagnoli was. Do you think Jungle Jack Prairie gets the better of Dunkzilla here, or does Dunkzilla punch his way to the semifinals? Let's get a quick pick from you.
Hey, I think we're gonna get Dunkzilla. I think Dungzilla. I think we get Mark Davis winning.
So you think Jungle Jack Perry will be removed from the AEW National Championship picture altogether in defeat?
No, I just think he's going to. Yeah, he's just not gonna. He's gonna lose it. I think the story there is Mark Davis versus Will, right? Because last time we saw Will and Mark Davis in the same ring, well, what happened?
The story writes itself. Speaking of stories, how about this for a story? Here's a new opportunity for the benefit of those fans photography as we welcome our brand new AEW World Tag Team Champions. Starting off with the Rated R Superstar, Adam Copeland.
Yeah.
Now a 10-time world champion, and for the first time ever, has fulfilled what he came to AEW to do. One last run, holding the AEW World Tag Team title after forcing Dax Harwood to say, "I quit," with the help of Spike, his asshole, and Bev Copeland. And you said yourself, Nick, what a breath of fresh air for the tag team division.
I wonder. I would love to know. I mean, yeah, we're getting the 5-second pose. What would be crazy is if. I mean, I don't know the rumors. I don't know the reports. Do the New Day have a 90-day compete?
I don't know, but I know there's been a long effing time since I've seen that man wear a full open button-up blazer, turtleneck, and a championship on his shoulder. Of course, instant classic Christian Cage. And I gotta be honest, when Adam Coleman first arrived in AEW, I was not considering these two becoming tag team champions again, considering what Christian Cage did all on his own here. You said yourself, Nick, arguably one of the best workers to come from WWE into AEW consistently. And it took a long damn time from a go fuck yourself to a go find yourself, meaning a resolve yourself to allow these two to become AEW tag team champions together.
You're right. You're right. Oh, this is awesome, dude. This is it's really cool.
It's a new world. It's a new day. It's a new tag team leading the way. Yes, it is. And the crowd is loving it. And of course, the traditional respect chant, "You deserve it." I'm going to one-up them and say they fucking earned it. I'm not going to lie. Those straps look beautiful around the waist of Adam coming on the shoulder, Christian Cage. Philadelphia. Here we go. I know what he's going to say. Sit down and shut your mouths. He's an asshole, Cope! What? He's such an asshole!
Uh-oh.
On FTR right now. You want to hear what I'm going to say? Look, here it is. The toughest. Best tag I've ever shared the ring with. Respect. You brought out the very best in Cage and Cope. That's saying something considering their pedigree of history of tag teams. You are top guys. Mad props. You just ain't the tippy top. Facts.
Uh-huh. Uh-oh. Say it.
I quit match.
Say it's a new day.
It's New Year's. Refused to say I quit. Got our careers back. Facts. I mean, for both men. In more ways than one. There's the review. Right, Philly? Time to have some fun or not, isn't it? Yeah, I would say so. Where's that I've done? In 25 years. 25 years? That's what it's been? Wow. You know what it is, Philly? Tonight. It's been 5 years. $50,005 photography. We hit a 5-second pose. Now will Christian Cage do it? No, I'm not doing that. Of course he's not. I want to see it. I want to capture it. I literally got my phone out. I will take a picture of it.
What the fuck?
It's about to say, come on, let's do it. Let's freaking do it. That'd be funny. Let's freaking do it. Come on, 5 second pose. They don't be my plastic. I mean, he's right. He's right. What? Wait, wrong. Wait. What's Adam Copeland getting? What's he getting? What's he doing? Well, what? Wait, what's in the bag? Is it 20 years ago? But just for the Samaritan. What are they? Wait,
What do you think they are?
Cameras! Fuji film!
They're disposable cameras.
Yeah, they're literally disposable cameras. I don't think you can buy those anymore. I can't remember the last time I saw a disposable camera bought at a store, Nick. I mean, come on now. Those aren't even on your Dollarama.
That's the best.
I can't believe those still exist. This is quite a surprise. I'm getting tired. Pick it up. Oh my gosh. This is funny. He's just running around the ring. This is fun. I like this. This is great. Oh, security, help that fan. He dropped the camera. The camera fell. Aw. I would literally go buy a disposable camera just for this moment. There you go. All right. Wait, do you get those still develop at Walmart?
Yes.
Okay, fair enough. Oh, what the hell? The dogs! David Finlay, Clark Connors just clocked Grayson Cope and the Shillelagh and sent Chris and Cage short first in the ring pause. Of course, these freaking savages had to ruin this. Well, damn it. And Christian Cage, of course, still has that bad wrist. Not the 5 seconds of fame that Christian Cage and Cope were intending to have here tonight in Philly. And right now, David Finlay and Clark Connors attacking that already damaged arm. Oh, no. David Finlay, don't do this. Oh, God. That Shillelagh clearly fractured the wrist of Christian Cage. I'll say, again, Cope right now can't do nothing about it. Someone needs to get some help for Christian Cage here. They might literally break this man's arm. Oh, this is bad. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Up on the apron. Not like this. Don't do this. Oh, God. Double stomp crushing the wrist underneath the steel steps of Christian Cage. Cope got brained with a Shillelagh. He's not going to get from that. That's worse than a concerto. And David Finlay clogging Christian Cage with the Shillelagh. Well, Nick, I think you got your first robbery. Cage and Cope left motionless. Good grief. Definition of a cheap shot. I've ever seen it right now. In passing, Cope with a Shillelagh across the throat. Now Connors right now squaring up Adam Cope in here, and it looks like no one's coming to Cage and Cope's age here. These dogs are running wild. Someone called the dog catcher. And spear by Clark Connors. And they don't give a fuck what you think. Well, I'll say right now, they bring in the cameraman force to the ringside. Coleman Cage laid out, and the title's laid out there too. Oh, and now they're using the cameraman to take a picture with the disposable camera. You know, there's a reason why Bob Barker asked people to get their dogs spayed and neutered. This is why. Well, that happened. Connors with the declaration, your next new AEW World Tag Team Champions. That's a photo that deserves to be set up in flames. Well, I knew someone had to come out and spoil the party. Unfortunately, it was the dogs that did that. As we go backstage now, it's Swerve Strickland.
Interesting. That was all right.
I mean, you talked about, again, New Day. They're your new adversaries. Savage adversaries at that. Saint Swoop is sticking the Owen. They're taking the Owen to the main event. Yeah, of course, cheering Brody on the win. Was it for Swerve? I'm probably know what your dumb name is. I don't think that's true. I got something. What? Friend or foe? Read it down. I don't know what condition Mendy is right now. He could be in the hospital. There's people watching, like you said. You can't take their eyes off it. Conflict creates cash. War makes money. I mean, he's not wrong. They make a lot of money with you. Oh boy. See you around. Whose house? Swerve's house. Well, very decisive message sent by Swerve Strickland. As we know, it will be Swerve Strickland and Brody King in the semifinals of the Men's World Foundation Tournament. Well, from an absolute segment full of spite by the dogs, Ty-J, fight!
Hey! Alley Catch is back.
Good to see Alley Catch once again. And, of course, Divided Minute had this message for Ty-J after their last 5-minute eliminator. See how long we let you stay alive. TikTok. All hail. Bow down. Hey, Everett. Been a while since I've seen her. Good to see Alley Catch once again. Let's just make Alley Catch all elite. Why not? She's been getting the paces around here. She's no longer involved in GCW. Bell Rings are underway.
There's only one woman right now in the Indies.
I know. Listen. Alley Catch and Kai McKenna had a great chemistry, I think, as a tag team. I'm just saying.
I wasn't even saying Kaya. I mean, Kaya, obviously, but I like.
Tag. Well, I was just speaking on recent with Alley Catch, but go ahead and talk about who you think should be all elite here. Ooh, dangerous J kick.
I mean, there's a woman out there that has been championing for AEW, even though she's not signed, and that's Charlie Evans. Like,
I do agree about that. And again, like I said, Will Ospreay is high on Charlie's potential at AEW. What a pump kick! My God! That Brazilian freaking black belt coming into play here. And Ty-J, nice neckbreaker takeover. Ty-J scrambling against him. Everett! Knee strike right underneath the jaw. Now, Anna Jared's got some. Uh-oh. Up in the gory. Into the tie. KO. The knee, the shot, out of the catch, out of the picture. Avery Everett out of commission. That's it. Well, it was quicker than definitely some of Divine Dominion's eliminators. Welcome back to the tag team division. Anna Jay and Ty Mello. Ty Jay looking to fight and finally achieve what they believe should have been theirs this whole time. And it looks like Speedball My Belly might have some things to say backstage.
Somewhere. You couldn't give me a couple weeks of. You couldn't give me a couple weeks of build with Speedball. Just a couple.
How about me? You want one? Should we read it? That's how good you are. Well, I mean, it wasn't made official. We don't know when it's going to happen, but clearly we knew we were on a collision for Speedball My Billy and Kevin Knight, considering the fallout we saw at the beginning of the show tonight, Nick.
Yeah, and I mean, I would like them, give me a couple weeks of build.
As we got a full commercial break again, fuck streaming services. Coming up next, the other half of the men's Owen Hart quarterfinals booked tonight to round out our semifinals. Dunk Still Mark Davis versus Jungle Jack Perez this commercial break. Again, fuck streaming services. Continue what you were saying.
No, I just give me a couple weeks of build for that match. Put that match on Forbidden Door.
Right. Well, I mean, again, the Forbidden Door, we know that we're going to open the Forbidden Door next month in June, and they still have a few weeks to figure everything out, Nick. And again, we don't know necessarily everything to come. We do know this. We're going to get both semifinals for the men and the women's Owen Hart Foundation tournaments that night, probably. And we're, of course, going to get the finals as well, because I think they're truly going to encompass both the tournaments that night in a capacity. I know I most certainly would. And we also know, of course, the winner of those tournaments will go on to into challenge for the world titles. What we don't know is who's going to be the world champions. Thekla, MJF, insert names here. And already MJF's got Mark Briscoe, Roosh, Kyle Fletcher, Kevin Knight breathing down his damn neck. Oh, and how could I forget? How do you know? Andrade El Idolo. And as far as the women, the jury is out when it comes to Tekla's history back, of course, in Stardom.
Let your spray do the talking.
Yeah, I mean, we have a lot of different things we can go.
Just what?
I'm glad that I think with this, I'm glad that they have the pay-per-view, that they finally have that redemption pay-per-view in July. Because at least, from now till Forbidden Door, you can concentrate on Forbidden Door. But I really hope after Forbidden Door, it's full speed ahead, onwards, towards All In, right? Like, I don't expect anything for coming out of Forbidden Door, besides the Owen, I guess, to really affect All In.
Yeah,
So,
I see what you mean. But also, keep in mind, man, the summer is also about charity. And as we know, Fight for the Fallen, we now know, will be for ALS research and awareness. And, of course,
is that
support for
confirmed?
Rebel Heart, of course, Rebel Tania. Usually, Fight for the Fallen, as you know, Nick, takes place some point during the summer before AEW All In. So I'm curious where Fight for the Fallen takes place this year and when.
Yeah.
We know we got Summer Blockbuster come up as well in Cincinnati. Keep that in mind. And that's next month. These commercials, but anyway, as of course we get ready again for our last semifinal. Oh, there's the Jurassic Express. I'm surprised they got fixed so quick after it got ran into a golf cart in a sedan. All right. Well, Jack Perry's fired up tonight. Be interesting to see if Jack Perry gets the win here against dangerous Dunkzilla. Of course, for those that don't know, Mark Davis, he got dropped whole hold into the bottom foot of a leg of a chair, and it caused him to possibly blind himself in one eye. That's why he's wearing an eye patch. And that might play the John Jack Perry's advantage tonight, Nick.
Yeah, I mean, I would love to kind of see how this match plays out. I really think.
But you did go with Dunkzilla Mark Davis, though. I will point that out.
Yeah, like, I mean,
it adds to the story of Will, right? Because I mean, last time we saw Will, he he lost that match due to referee stoppage. So I mean, just playing that match out, making them get their match in, it makes sense.
Well, you know as well as I do, you can't make sense 100% of the time with professional wrestling, even if it is AEW. Nonetheless, though, Jack Perry is looking for a victory twofold. Beating Mark Davis not only puts him in the semifinals where Will Ospreay awaits the winner, but it also could put him in line to try and reclaim his AEW National Championship.
Did Jack Perry forget his gear?
You know what? The jury is out. I mean, when you literally fight in Stampede, you're probably going to scuff up your gear. I'm just saying. As, of course, Don Callis is probably giddy as a schoolgirl with what has transpired since Double or Nothing with the excommunication of Kenobi Takeshita and the return tonight of Jake Doyle, where clearly the Don Callis family has set their sights on the AEW Trios Championships. Doug Mark Davis already expressing will. But I mean, you were thinking about for a while to challenge the cover to count only referee contest Paul Turner. I mean, you haven't been figuring about who could challenge for the Trio Championships, though, Nick, for a while. You haven't even brought those up in conversation, to be fair.
Because the reason why I haven't brought it up in conversation is because AEW is not shaking.
That's probably that's a fair analysis. I'll give you that.
I refuse to bring up a title that is not being taken seriously. So those trios titles are irrelevant to me. You had a perfectly good opportunity to make them something when the Dogs were still a thing before they got hurt. So the fact that they did it, I lost complete and utter care in those titles.
I mean, that's a fair thought. Tope Suicida, we'll see if Jack Perry loses all feeling in his body against Dangerous Dougzilla. Now Tope Suicida driving Mark Davis up the entranceway, and Jack Perry might be looking for the hat trick here. Going off the ropes again with a top and a Tope Kailo, wiping out Dougzilla.
Yeah, they really.
The quarterfinals conclude with this match after this commercial break. And Wrestler Guard picture. Don't go anywhere. Fuck streaming services.
Like I was gonna say, they really need to figure out what they're doing. I think there's too many titles in wrestling right now.
Too many belts.
Oh, way too many belts.
I mean, that just goes to the business. I mean, you're not wrong at all there.
Yeah, no, there's too many right now. I think again, you know, and I think if you watch us long enough, you know where I stand in AEW. I always have said, you know, they need a brand split. I think you make Collision your own show, Dynamite your own show, and with that being said, each brand gets a major men's title, a mid-card title, and then you split either the tag team on one show or the trios title on another show. So,
yeah, I mean, that's fair. It's a fair analysis, but again, we'll just wait and see what happens. Of course, as you all have been with us or just now tuning in, here's the updated bracket for you on the men's Owen Hart Foundation tournament. Again, Will Ospreay advance to being Samoa Joe at Double or Nothing. Swerve Strickland advanced being Bandito at Double or Nothing. And earlier tonight, Brody King decked Claudio Castagnoli with a lethal closing lariat somehow, some way to punch his ticket in the semifinals of the Owen Hart Foundation tournament. And of course, this match will determine the remainder of our semifinals Will Ospreay will face. And the winners of these semifinal matches will meet at Forbidden Door to crown this year's winner of the men's Owen Hart Foundation tournament to follow the legacy of Adam Cole, baby, him and Adam Page, the American Dragon Bryan Danielson, and absolute Ricky Starks, who will etch their name on that trophy and punch their ticket to all in Wembley Stadium. You'll have to stay tuned and see. And of course, we'll be covering the Forbidden Door, or at least I will be, covering the Forbidden Door live Sunday, June 28th. Stay tuned for more on that when Forbidden Door opens once again. And stay predicting to follow, of course, before the actual coverage, as well as traditionally breakdown to follow after. Still to come tonight, of course, we know we got a Shida versus Kris Statlander in a lights out Philly street fight, considering the fallout that happened at Double or Nothing has both cost each other during that fatal four for the AEW Women's World Championship. We also, of course, will still interview Kyle Fletcher and Don Callis regarding their actions against the Alpha Canoes in the Cash Cup. Andrade Eagle goes one-on-one with Nebula Ace Austin. And we also know we got trios action with Death Rise and Will Ospreay versus the Rascals. All that's still to come tonight on Dynamite and Collision. And I'm pretty sure Summit is going to segue over into Saturday, if not next week at this point. Just saying. We're here with you for the entire duration. So again, and right now, oh man, what a right. Just clocked that boy. That Perry took all of that, did not grit his teeth for that shot. And right now, Dunkzilla bringing Jack Perry in the ring. Don Callis on commentary, of course, freaking Leech. And right now, knife edge shot, clubbing shot though by Mark Davis, excuse me. I know Don Callis has got to be over the moon to Nick's point, probably having his heavy tag team back in play with Jake Doyle and freaking Mark Davis. A little with Brian Cage back in the fray, and Mark Davis was a champion. Brian Cage and Jake Doyle could also be quite a tag team, honestly. Maybe Don Callis do some restructuring in his family. He already has. And Jeff Perry attacking from underneath right now.
And this is what I was saying. No, this is what I was saying. The national title would look, the national title should be for somebody like a Jake something. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Jake Doyle.
exactly.
A young guy coming into the company, get people invested in him as a champion. And then you can see where you can move him.
Oh! Boy, that one come with the other, just decking Jack Perry with that vicious lariat. We saw how effective that was, of course, for Brody King against Claudio. Now Dunkzilla on the move, driving Jack Perry down hard in the LED barricade. Again, Nick, too many cooks to the fire. I've been saying how much of the Don Callis family on the verge of imploding. We just saw Konosuke excommunicated. Kyle Fletcher and Okada clearly have their own insights on what they want to pursue as far as going to AEW. And as we just heard, Money Man Andrade Higalo, he wants to go after the AEW World title. Don Callis is going to have to try and see if he can keep all these people in line, and especially with the return of Jake Doyle to the family. I think that Don Callis has way too many proverbial cooks in the fire.
Yeah. I mean, he needed this to happen eventually.
The collapse of the Don Callis family? Yeah, this would be great.
Right.
Or someone trying to destroy it from the outside that knew it so well from within, and Konosuke the Cash got checked off all those boxes.
But again, too, like I said, I would go one step further, right? Like, cut the fat.
What fat? There's too much fat. What are you talking about?
That's the point.
Well, what fat? What fat do you cut?
Do you need Rocky Romero and Trent Beretta?
You need your fall people. You need your stooges. Duh. Yeah, Perry, no. For the second, I'm just calling it as I see it, bro. I'm sorry, not sorry. Whoa! Take over to your hands from the end of the floor. And right now, Jack Perry moves off the outside, wiping out Dunkzilla. And right now, Jack Perry might be looking to remove the fat from Mark Davis's hide and remove him from this tournament. Up the top rope again, Mozart connects cover, hook the far leg to advance, kick out at two. Woof. Just not enough body weight on the cover, not enough weakness in Dunkzilla yet. Still hobbling his way and surviving. Now always up to Perry, sending power slam. I mean, freaking Mark Davis, Jake Doyle, Brian Cage, Lance Archer, Kazuchika Okada, Kyle Fletcher. And it felt like for a period, it looked like for a moment, and now the cover shoots the half of the far leg, 2 count. Don Callis might be even putting the open invitation out there to Kevin Knight.
No, I don't want to see that. Let Kevin be Kevin.
I agree, but I know what you do want to see, whether it's in live or on your screen. AEW brings their first ever Redemption pay-per-view from Montreal, Quebec, Canada, from what's now being known as the Central Center. Sunday, July 26th, folks. A brand new AEW pay-per-view premieres this year in July. Pre-sale code AWTV if you want to get your tickets now. Again, it won't cost you a kidney, and you should have a great time. AEW goes Canadian again, this time with Redemption. Sunday, July 26th.
Not in Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada.
Will you stop that? Drop to low bridge. How dare you try and insult Ash's province again? And right now, Jeff Perry on the move. Baseball slide. Caught in the Cazadora. Oh! Davis went down face first. I think Jeff Perry turned into a bulldog.
Yeah, I'm allowed to talk shit about her province.
Well, you're Canadian, so I'll allow it. And you're also in a different province. So province on province. Blah! Robbery. Probably as old as Canada itself. I wonder if Canada always had 7 provinces. Anyway, right now, Mark Davis hoisting up Jeff Perry. Oh, gosh! What a horrible land for Jeff Perry on the apron. Lost his shoes in the process. Will Mark Davis punch his ticket to the quarterfinals and break Jeff Perry's back? Stay tuned. Last commercial break for this match. Full commercial, WrestleCard picture-in-picture. Fuck streaming services. This match continues. Jeez. What the hell? Freaking messy. Nothing messy about that, but it might have well been damn near effective. Freaking trying to break the man's back. Jeez. Oh, anyway, again, as I bring you up to speed on what's ahead here in Summit Studios, stay tuned this week's predicting 11:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time Thursday night for Clash and Rematch Italy. Of course, me and a gaggle of fools will be predicting WWE PLE. Of course, we'll be covering it this Sunday. I don't know if I'm going to be on the call because I'm trying to rearrange my schedule, take more vacation time, and people think I work too hard. I think people don't want to hear me call everything. There's more voices than me that can talk wrestling. So stay tuned to see what happens Sunday, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I might deal with more important things like church and family. And of course, me and Papagino, my fellow Italian statistician, will of course be doing Prediction League breakdown next week, Monday night, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for Clash in Italy, the aftermath results and the prediction scores of the Predictions League, in conjunction with No DQ and my brand here at City Predicting at the Supplements brand for all things wrestling. And of course, Hikaru will be back here next week, Wednesday, covering AEW again, where we now know MJF will defend the AEW World Championship against Roosh, and Alex Windsor will, of course, compete in the quarterfinals of the Women's Owen Hart Foundation Tournament, and we will find out who the wild card is. Have you already said a name? Do you think you know who it is? Let your thoughts be known in the comments. Let your thoughts be known in the X. You be part of the conversation using hashtag AEW Dynamite. If you haven't already, follow us here at SR Studios 2024 to keep up with all future updates for watch-alongs, interviews, shenanigans, and other coverage. I believe I also will be at the helm of the shenanigans again this Saturday. Stay tuned. Whether it goes Canadian, off the rails, tired as F, or somewhere between, you never know what will happen in the weekly moderate conversation of all things professional wrestling here, courtesy of the Simply Reliable Studios. As we got a commercial break again, right now, we're just chilling here. And I also do wonder, though, the Jungle Japan and Luchasaurus, like, when is Luchasaurus actually going to be clear? Like, is he going to, actually get a chance to maybe go after the tag team championships alongside Jungle Japan or go after a singles championship? Let's forget a bygone life. He is a former TNT champion, in case you all forgot. I'm just saying. As we return back here to AEW Dynamite, of course, we're staying with this match as long as it takes. Both men fighting for the final spot in the men's tournament for the Owen Hart Foundation here and for a chance to main event Wembley Stadium for the AEW World Championship. Boot wash and a vicious sliding elbow strike to the side head of Jeff Perry, who looks literally out of it right now. I mean, by the way, he's still out of his shoes, by the way. Just want to put that out there. And right now, Mark Davis looking for something big here out of the corner. Hooking Jeff Perry up with a deadlift, possibly trying to position him for that pile driver. Jeff Perry able to fight back, though. Big headbutt. Another big headbutt. And right now, front face guillotine up in the corner. Only got 5 seconds, though, but could wear it down. Mark Davis there. Mark Davis falls forward, though. Could be a disastrous landing for Jeff Perry. Jeff Perry, though, changing position, though. And, oh, man! Godzilla Avalanche DDT! Take a look at the replay here, Nick. Oh, jeez. Heavy impact on Dunkzilla's head, and Jeffrey unable to capitalize.
Damn, that sucked.
I'm about to say, Dragon Screw leg whip sucks. That might have took the cake for what really sucked tonight. At least for, you know, the person that took it, not in the execution. Mark Davis going to his feet, crawling over, elbow strike though as Jeffrey again finds a way with the rope to get back up to his feet, barefooted by the way, going back to his jungle roots. Slice Brett out of the corner, cover two, no! Able to kick out. And of course, Brody King, as we saw earlier, advanced against Cloud Castagnoli, Jeff Perry, roll through, marked there by Davis. Zaguri connects, turns Jeff Perry around, and now Jeff Perry full position, rebound off the ropes, Dunkzilla on the move, look for the lariat. Jeff Perry though, Hurricane Rana takeover, Markzilla, reversal, 2 count, deep roll up by Jeff Perry, 2 count as Dunkzilla escapes. Oh, barefoot first kick. Cut Dunkzilla right on the jaw. Now trying to hoist him up, can he find the strength? Deadlifting damn near 260 plus pounds and a pile driver. And the cover to advance, Jeffrey kicked out at 2 by Mark Davis. Wow. But now the snare trap applied. And he is turned away far from the ropes. And Mark Davis right now, after that brutal headfirst impact on the mat, trying to break the grip of Jeff Perry, trying to crawl his way to the ropes to find some sort of reprieve. Jeff Perry trying to choke the life out of this beast. And Jeff Perry tamed Mark Davis, who forces the rope break.
If there's any outside, like, is there any outside interference? It's not like I completely forgot. It's not like it's the Continental Classic where there's no outside interference, right?
Yeah, exactly, dude. It's a straight up match. We're just looking at a tournament to owner, of course, the late great Owen Hart, who, of course, we had the anniversary of his death this past Saturday. And right now, Jeff Perry might be looking to make a sacrifice with that running knee strike. And no, Davis able to cut it. Oh man, hoist it up into a short range lariat. Clubbing shot. And now the power of Mark Davis rebound Jeff Perry off the ropes and on the move with that pumping power. Turning him inside out. And Mark Davis with the cover. Mark Davis, no! Somehow, someway, Jeff Perry survives.
Survive if I let you.
About to say gut wrench here. Alternate position. Jeff Perry grabbing the leg, preventing Mark Davis from trying to hoist him up into that pile driver. Now pushing Dunkzilla into the freaking corner. Good grief. Oh, just slapping the taste out of Mark Davis's mouth. I'm not sure how wise this is. I don't know how smart this is, Nick. Trying to rearrange the man's jaw here, but he might just woke him up. Overhead open palm strike, and Jeff Perry just fell to his knees. Now Mark Davis up in the corner. Jeff Perry, though, step up, drop kick. Dunkzilla still pushed on the top rope, though. Jeff Perry again, though, front face lock applied. Trying to DDT, maybe? Uh-oh. And Perry, unfortunately, lost his footing there. And again, unable to find his footing. Meanwhile, Mark Davis got in position. Avalanche spinning toes pile driver! And the cover! Up the front leg! Mark Davis advances!
Which is the right thing.
In a dangerous, devastating way. And we know now he will meet Will Ospreay in the semifinals of the Men's Owen Hart Foundation Tournament. Date and time to be determined as we transition from Dynamite as the Dynamite's been blown. Let's go ahead and move into Collision here as we still are with you guys for another hour or so.
Which means that next week, the semifinals, it will be Mark Davis versus the aerial assassin, Will Ospreay.
The biggest singles win in Mark Davis' career came at the expense of Ospreay, as we know, Nick. Oh boy. A rematch to determine destiny, potentially. There's the typical trope. I am stopping at far on the side.
You were underdog
Callis family. And you thought you were the chosen one.
That's why he's going to put you on the shelf.
You were never the chosen one.
Well, I know you better your mother. I don't know about that.
Uh-oh.
You thought you were the chosen.
The only chosen one in this family.
You're never the chosen one. No, I was not the chosen one. Konosuke Takeshita. Oh, there's the burn. There it is. The only chosen in the family. It's always been none other than Kyle by God Fletcher. Oh boy. Well, I guess we're going to kick things off with the interview here and maybe get some more words from their heinous actions this past Sunday at Double or Nothing with the Portal Stars return and the betrayal to the Alpha Konosuke Takeshita.
So, did you happen to see Kyle's vlog?
He was trying to get back in ring with his Mrs. Sky Blue. How considering he helped Sky Blue, of course, get back to the ring.
Did you see how he looked with actual hair and facial hair?
It was weird, to be honest. Yes.
So weird.
Again, he didn't want to be, well, Ospreay wanted to be. He shaved those locks. And clearly he has invested 100% in the Don Callis. It's a selfish business, Nick, as you and I both know.
Don, give me some sugar.
Oh, boy. Let's see what Kyle Fletcher's to say here. First fans first. Don.
And now that's the other way we can talk about.
Oh, that is disgusting. Get a room at the Motel 6.
How could you? How could you?
Now we can talk about the elephant in the room.
A catastrophic injury in record time. You broke your leg.
How could you?
You tore your meniscus and you're back in under 2 months.
Come back from such a catastrophic injury in record time. I mean, to be fair, he did come back quick. I'll give him that.
Genetic anomaly.
30 minutes in 2 places, and you're back in 2 months. Ow.
And I am happy to announce that as of today,
Answer is, I'm connected.
100% cleared for in-ring
Picture
competition.
performance. Boy, he really has sold himself into his own stock.
But there was one more driving factor.
He's 100% clear for in-ring competition.
Every
Wow.
single day to get healthy.
All right.
And that is, I wanted to be the man to cut loose the dead weight of the Don Callis
to get healthy. And that is.
You see, I have been trying to hold this family together for the better part of a year.
To drop the dead weight of Don Callis, man.
When Konosuke Takeshita has tried to drive a wedge between
come on.
us. And the second that I was out of the way,
Trying to hold this family to better part of a year together.
What's best for him?
Like another drive to wedge between us.
You see, Konosuke Takeshita, he never cared about the family. Takeshita never cared about me. And the sad thing is, I really wanted to sit atop the wrestling world.
Clearly, Kyle Fletcher is all in on the Don Callis family.
Yeah.
But now that is never going to happen because Konosuke Takeshita is a selfish.
That he wanted to do alongside Takeshita, apparently, Konosuke. Now it's never going to happen. Says that he's a selfish prick. Have you looked in the mirror? Oh, wait a minute! Kyle Fletcher about to eat crow, and it's long overdue. As the Alba goes to the Keshka, the brand new WWE champion has arrived. But it's still freaking 3-on-1. See Nikeshka, of course, after beating Kazuchika Okada for that title. And apparently he did not come alone. He has backup in a new family, baby. The conglomeration. Roderick Strong, Mark Briscoe, Kyle O'Reilly, and Freshly Squeezed Orange Cassidy. And Knosuke right now, looks like the Don Callis family might have a whole different problem on their hands. A 5-on-3 problem, excuse me. And exactly, Michael Romero, Kyle Fletcher, and Mark Davis scouring lane like cowards in the night. Freaking cockroaches that they are. Nikeshka has got the mic. Nikeshka, a free man and a champion. I don't speak Japanese, Kyle. Knosuke. Yes, you did. You beat Okada to get that title back. Congratulations. And definitely earned it. Now. Is there a chance bringing out? Kyle Fletcher. And Knosuke wants Kyle Fletcher one-on-one, a man that's short on words and all on action. Protostar versus Kyle Fletcher. Protostar versus Kota Nikeshka 2 might be coming here very soon. Coming up next, though, Death Rise Will Ospreay. You heard me right. Death Rise Will Ospreay, John Moxley, Puggle Ospreay. It's got the Rascals, Myron Reed, Zachary Wentz, and Desmond Xavier in trios action. Coming up next, as we go to Will Ospreay backstage. About to say, the history between Mark Davis and Will Ospreay extremely well documented.
100%. There is nothing.
Ospreay saying he was 50% when he wrestled his ass. Now he's 100%. And it is official. Next week, Will Ospreay, Mark Davis, semifinals, the Owen Hart Men's Foundation Tournament on Dynamite. And apparently, Pac, not with the fist bump. He should fear with the fist bump, though. I mean, he is a bastard, to be fair. Go team. My interest is this way. Yeah, Ospreay is not a Death Rider. I want to repeat, Will Ospreay is not a Death Rider. Anyway, let's over this shit. Oh, that was funny. Cheeky Brit. It's an interesting dynamic here.
You can change it. You can do it from there.
Will Ospreay, of course,
this should
coming
be
out with that
interesting.
win against Samoa Joe. Yeah, right. It's the first time we're seeing Will Ospreay work with John Moxley and Pac, the Death Riders, since he's been with them with this training, disciplining and conditioning his neck, and helping strongly with his recovery. And of course, our third hour actually continues here. Welcome everybody officially to AEW Collision now. As we got 1 hour Collision, and of course, coming after this is a lights out Philadelphia street fight with Kris Statlander, Hikaru Shida. Hell of a chorus call for the aerial assassin here. I'm just saying, I love hearing this song. One of my favorite themes in all professional wrestling.
Yeah. Yeah, I would say it's
definitely brings the energy. I will say that. And this theme brings a whole different mood.
Yeah, is that how you are? I'm just trying to think. Did I see him at All Out? Was he there? He was there, right?
Of course, John Moxley being brought in by the troops. Maria Shafir, of course, the key to this Death Rider mentality and the holder of Jon Moxley's AEW Continental Championship.
No, Will wasn't there at all, was he? No, you would know.
Will Ospreay at AEW All Out.
He
No,
wasn't
he
at All
was
Out?
not.
No,
He was
I
not.
didn't-
Remember, he was taken out prior to that in that lights out steel cage match at Forbidden Door.
Yes. So he wasn't at All Out last year. It's okay. I got to witness what I think. If I had to say a top three, I think my number one match, which was Will versus Kenny. I got to see that live at Forbidden
You
Door.
did, of course, at Forbidden Door. And again, Forbidden Door will come next month. We'll be covering Kirsimbo Studios live. And I'm looking forward to covering that show more than any other show that day.
Yeah. Hopefully there is some story beats right now in regards to, New Japan and AEW, right? Would you have the let's see what they do with Callum and all of them. So I mean, there is some stuff. I do have a question. Maybe you can answer it.
Go for it.
With Yoda Tsuji and the global title, do they get automatic rematches? Like, do you think we can run back Yoda Tsuji versus Andrade for the global title?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. I could see that being ran back because at the end of the day, that title was meant to be defended against outsiders and invaders. Who's to say it can't go the other way around at the very stage those people work for? It all comes down to me, though, what happens at Dominion. If Yoda Tsuji wins back the IWGP Heavyweight Championship, there might be a different itinerary in mind. Regardless, I could definitely see the Global Heavyweight Championship defended at Forbidden Door that night.
Okay.
This is an interesting, I think, experiment that Jon Moxley's running. Remember, trying to turn, Ray Shapiro allowing the Rascals to move forward. Almost trying to literally, again, turn Will Ospreay into the most dangerous weapon possible. I guess we'll see how dangerous Will Ospreay is against three aerial radicals like Myra Reed, Zachary Wentz, and Desmond Xavier, the Rascals. This is going to be a wild match.
Two-thirds of the Death Riders team, Will Ospreay electing not to attack from behind.
You see a lot of Will Ospreay influence with the Rascals when you see them compete, that's for sure. The bell rings are officially underway, and Jon Moxley on the attack immediately as there goes the Rascals. Ospreay isolated, though, with the former Wesley from a slave name, I mean NXT. Of course, Desmond Xavier. Arch about the ropes, slips underneath. Catching the head of Will Ospreay. Take over Tiaras. I wouldn't mind seeing this as singles, though. With the leg lariat. Don't blink, by the way, folks. Take over Tiaras again by Desmond Xavier. Getting the better of the Aero Assassin early on. Combination offense here. Ospreay setting up the ropes. Nice drop kick. Takes Will Ospreay down. And the cover now to count only as people are, of course, on the conversation on the actions and hashtag AEW Collision.
And did you notice the way that came on? Will was kind of like, "What the fuck are you guys doing?"
Oh! Yeah, again, Will Ospreay talked about before. Sometimes you gotta do things you didn't think you would ever do to get to a better place, and he did that thanks to Jon Moxley, who gave him the second chance. And so far, what Jon Moxley's done, it's only profited Will Ospreay. And tag made by Pac. I don't think that tag was intentional for Will Ospreay. Obviously, Jon Moxley is the play-by-play man here.
So according to rumors, AEW's Spanish announce team tonight announced that Grand Slam Mexico will officially take place in August.
Oh, well, there you go. Might be a little before AEW All In. And now his chop by Zachary Wentz, trying to tee off against the Death Rider, still Continental Champion, by the way, as Jon Moxley was able to submit Kyle O'Reilly. And the drop down there, and Jon Moxley, Zachary Wentz for the spin, and Wentz dropped with the elbow. Back elbow strike. And knife edge chop, and so far the Death Riders and Ospreay. I say the end because, again, Will Ospreay is not a Death Rider. Not even the same colors. Swinging in. Oof. Trying to give it the knee strike. And now Wentz turning around for his team, wiping out Pac and Moxley. Xavier now coming in. Side step out of the corner by Wentz. Myron Reed now springing inside. Grass goes 3-on-1 of Ospreay so far tonight. Up and over, springing back and in. Lung blower. Double stomp with Ospreay trapped. Double impact on the shoulders and neck. Grass goes now. Fly tonight, wiping out the Death Riders. Back and Monty, wiped on the outside. Smoke him if you got him as this match continues. The Restaurant Client picture a full commercial break. Stay tuned. Fuck streaming services. Again, so much coming up here during the summer. Forbidden Door, Redemption for the first time ever. AEW All In, AEW Grand Slam, Summer Blockbuster, potentially Fight for the Fallen, coming back here to Ohio and Michigan. AEW right now bringing the sizzle to the summer season. I'm loving it.
Yeah. Hopefully they can book strong quality television.
Well, Cleveland's always been one of those that's touch and go, I think, as a whole. But in these 1 hour sprees, they're not that bad, honestly. They're good to follow, they're good to watch, and I'm glad they're a separate stream. But of course, tonight, as we're covering the whole show, I guess we're just going to continue to go through. Otherwise, I'm going to just bid everybody a fine adieu. So if this happens again and we don't have necessarily AEW Owen matches during Collision or updates, then maybe we'll just stick to Dynamite because I am a little bit tired, honestly. But then again, we've been going so crazy this past week with Saturday night's mid-event and AEW Double or Nothing. I deserve a break, damn it.
Where your rewards go further.
Oh, for sure, 100%.
Now, Steam Plus members, Scotiabank, and
It's been we're
from all across Canada.
Go ahead.
it's been a lot. We've been really killing it with wrestling.
The wrestling business has been trying to kill us with quality entertainment across most of the board. But anyway, that being said, again, folks, just to bring up to speed, we know next week it's MJF versus Roos for the AEW World Championship. We now know it's going to be Will Ospreay versus Mark Davis next week in the semifinals of the Owen Hart Men's Foundation Tournament. And the women, we're going to learn the wild card as wild card takes on Alex Windsor next week in the quarterfinals of the Women's Owen Hart Foundation Tournament.
Yeah, the Owen is going okay.
I think so far, honestly.
They've been so far so good. Just gotta see. I want to see who this
wild card is.
Yeah, I want to see who the wild card is.
So we put a lot of names out there. What would be the most underwhelming name to see as the wild card, Nick? You put out the great potentials. What would be the one that would be, you know,
Time your name is written.
to you?
Honestly, it'd have to be like, and I'm not saying this because I don't like her, because I think she's great. I think somebody like a Queen Aminata or like a Red Velvet or like somebody of that ilk, I'd be like,
I mean, I see what you mean. I can see that. And of course, we know that Athena is the only one that has been so far in the women's Owen Hart tournament.
Like, yeah, or like a Billy Starks. No, thank you. I want, if you're not gonna debut somebody,
Now, you're talking about how big the roster is, though, dude. I'm just saying.
I know, but they haven't built anybody up to be in that position. And I don't want to see Queen Aminata or somebody of that like that is just gonna come in and eat an L. Give me
Fair
somebody
point.
give me somebody worth it. Like, you know what I mean?
Well, I talked about the Triangle of Madness earlier. This might be a chance for Julia Hart to step inside the tournament. Previous participant, of course, and with Skype on the other side, and with the Triangle of Madness controlling the AEW Women's Division right now, with Thekla as the champion, that could be an interesting dynamic. But Thekla was very vocal during the scrum that she wants to face Sky Blue. She wants to see that girl succeed. And Sky Blue's been very vocal the last couple of years that she wants to be a face of AEW. Hell, many people think she's already been born hardcore out of the womb, and she was the MVP of the Women's Blood and Guts.
Yeah. No, I mean, I don't want. I'd rather Julia
I'd rather Julia maybe do the TNT, try to get the TBS title or something. I don't know.
I mean, she previously held it. That's a fair shout, and she did lose it to Will Nightingale at Dynasty, and of course was ending up injured in her short genesis of her career. And I don't know how Pac somehow still keeps coming back from injury and still is as lethal as he is. Straight up bastard. Whoa, gosh! Overhead, belly to belly toss, and Pac has literally wiped out the Rascals in the span of 10 seconds, running in with the pump kick, sidestep, Wentz catching his partner, Desmond Xavier, sent for freaking flyer miles. And Myra Reed, a one-man wrecking machine of high velocity. Cover, back press with the far leg. It's a 2 count. Good grief. The thing about this also I'm curious about, though, is Jon Moxley is testing Will Ospreay, obviously, with this match. And Will Ospreay can ill afford any lingering injuries or vulnerabilities ahead of his match next week against Mark Davis. Do you think that's maybe why Jon Moxley and Pac, for that matter, are leaving Will Ospreay out of this match? Because I do think the Death Riders are dictating this match more. I really do. And now Train of Pain. Will Ospreay joining the Train of Pain, though. Jon Moxley, Pac, and Ospreay triple teaming against Myra Reed, and Rhea Shafir with a call outside the ring, by the way. Leading the troops. Friggin' Lieutenant. Cutter Ace Crusher. Vicious cutter. And Ospreay and Pac neutralizing the Rascals. Myra Reed isolated with Jon Moxley. And right now, Pac and Ospreay over the top. Super on Hilo, wiping out Wentz. And freaking Desmond Xavier. Tombstone power driver deadlift. Moxley in the cover. Myra Reed. Is this over? Kick out at 2. Good grief. As you see, of course, they're grabbing the bottom right-hand corner. Next week on Dynamite, Will Ospreay, Mark Davis. Someone's going to Forbidden Door. I think 99.9 out of 100 times people got their pick. Inside cradle by Myra Reed. It's like, oh, it's a 2 count. 3 in a minute. Whoa, nice Matrix escape tip up. Catch him, Moxley in his own cutter. Out of nowhere. Almost like an RKO. Your feed's a little loud there, by the way, Nick, in case you are wondering, in case you're trying to speak to me.
Say that again? No. You're good. You're good.
I just want to make sure. Watch out! Well, I know Myra Reed's not okay after that freaking lariat, running into that clothesline. I was just saying, in case you were trying to speak, your feed was a little loud there, in case you were trying to talk. Double stomp to Myra Reed's left arm right now, and Will Ospreay might be looking. I missed a good takedown. If I was going for the flying armbar. Missed the kick, big boot. Jon Moxley trapping Wentz in a sleeper hold. Sidestep, hand, spring, up and over. Pac catching Wentz now. And brought down, Desmond Xavier into the brutalizer, cinched in. Ospreay into the flying armbar. Jujikatami, cross armbreaker trying to be applied. The wrist lock hook, and Ospreay. Hybrid stands, death ground, and Ospreay gets the win via submission.
Interesting.
Wow. And Jon Moxley, according to Giovanni, has just reached 200 wins in his AEW career. And so far, Pac and Moxley and Ospreay working like a fine machine here, Nick.
They did really well. That was.
And now Ospreay turns attention towards the dream he wants to achieve, not just for himself, but for his family, but for his country, as he looks towards the future of the Men's Owen Hart Foundation Tournament. As we go backstage with the opposite, Samoa Joe, who is now eliminated.
And we provide opportunities for men who deserve them. Hook just finished his latest movie. Shibata owns the hottest chain of pachinko parlors across Nara. And
Stand there, position it away.
You'll get the standing ovation that you deserve.
We try to men who deserve them.
But once again, opportunity calls in Hollywood's ring. Gentlemen,
Carlos across Nara? What?
Stepping away for a few months. Y'all know how this works.
And standardization you deserve.
Especially the whole thing.
Opportunity calls. Hollywood's ringing.
So he's going to Phil.
So Samoa Joe's leaving for a few months. I don't know how this works. Especially hold it down. You think Hook's going to once again step up as a leader, or is the three going to duke it out to see who can be the leader?
I don't know.
You're seeing food for thought, you know.
A little bit of a power struggle within the ops. Okay.
I can see it. I mean, again, Samoa Joe was the one to bring Ebony Bowens into the ops. And of course, still to come tonight, the women are going to go to the extreme. Kris Statlander, Hikaru Shida in a lights out Philadelphia street fight 1-on-1. And let's go ahead and look at what brought us to this dance, Nick. Nick, you and I both saw the writing on the wall, especially at AEW Double or Nothing. The fallout had to come between Kris Statlander and Hikaru Shida. Shida on a selfish agenda of self-redemption, and Kris Statlander, who's always just been an adamant, constant worker on her own with Fatal 4-Way previous accomplishments.
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad that they're playing out a story within the women's division that doesn't need the title. So that's interesting to see.
And of course, as I said before, Kris Statlander has a fair share of street fight history. If you looked at her time against Sky Blue, Julia Hart, and Willow Nightingale, Hikaru Shida, not as much of a prophet in this extreme. But coming up next, Andrade versus Ace Austin. We've come back from the collision from this commercial break. Fuck streaming services. All right, well, that was a fun trios match. And again, I do wonder, though, how much Jon Moxley cares truthfully about Will Ospreay's mentality versus the physical capability of the bruv, fine-tuning him as a dangerous weapon and sharpening his mind. As Jon Moxley did say in the beginning, Nick, he only wants one thing from this, loyalty, because when he starts something, he follows it through to the end. And I really hope this end does not have a bittersweet epiphany for the bruv. I really don't.
Infused with aloe and vitamin E.
No, I mean either. But I mean, at the same time, I think they gotta. I hate to say it, but if it's this year or bust. I think we've.
That's fair.
With the main event being at Wembley, you have to belt. I think you just have to belt Ospreay.
You just have to belt Ospreay.
You have to. There's no.
You won't take any other deciding factor, any other outside factor, any other physical vulnerability. You won't take nothing else.
No, and you want to know why?
Please tell me.
Because at the end of All In, I want to see Will in the ring with confetti, with Mrs. Bruv and his son in the ring, just like Bryan Danielson did.
That would be a beautiful moment. All right, well, that being said, we got a moment to breathe. Let's go ahead and further look into this. Like I said earlier, Kris Statlander, Hikaru Shida, both former AEW Women's World Champions, but to your point, Nick, both women on the outside of the World Championship picture and on the outside of the Owen. Hikaru Shida and Kris Statlander, both great accomplished women, of course, in their respective careers, especially here in AEW. Serena Deeb last faced Hikaru Shida in a Philadelphia street fight back in 2022. Shida lost that night. Hikaru Shida also lost in a bygone life against Leah Owens, also in a street fight. Kris Statlander, though, as I talked about, we've seen her take it to the extreme and beat the likes of Willow Nightingale in a Chicago street fight with light tubes, a tacked side thigh, and a freaking steel chain chokeout. I'm just saying here, I think Shida is stepping into a world that she might regret.
Probably. She probably is. I would love to see, I think Stat needs this. She needs this win.
So you think Statlander needs to win more than Shida, personally?
Canadian crafted.
Yes, I would say yes.
Okay.
Because I just the stat in the world title picture just makes sense. So I feel any way we can keep her looking strong and in the world title picture, is a fair one. For Shida, I mean, it's lights out. You can use this to her advantage and say that, it never counted because it was lights out.
Okay, there's the trope.
Yeah, you can, and then you can have Shida Has Shida ever held the TBS title? No, right?
No, she hasn't. Remember, she came back and challenged Will Night for that TBS championship, lost, and basically has been on this escapade of, I feel like, denial in her own confidence when it came to forming this tag team out of coincidence just to try and find some gold here in AEW.
Guys, are you okay?
As we go backstage here with the lovely Lexi Nair and the Divine Dominion. Of course, the lovely, statuesque, colossal Megan Bain and Liacouras. And what the hell just... Oh! What the world? Okay, so what we just learned there in that backstage segment, if you piss off Liacouras and Megan Bain, they will incur their wrath on you, the wrath of gods. Nick, I think we got our AEW Women's World Tag Team Championship feud.
Say that again, Noah?
I think we got our AEW Women's World Tag Team Championship feud after that little backstage altercation.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of wish TJ, like, you knew that program was coming in. I wish that maybe, hopefully we get a little bit, give me weeks, give me build to that match. Give me, put some heat into it. Give me something. You know what I mean? I don't mind it. Just like I said, just give me some story. Give me build. Get me excited for that match. And I hope that match does take place at Forbidden Door.
Well, speaking of Forbidden Door, like you said, Andrade Hilo, who already steps in here tonight as the IWGP Global Heavyweight Champion, beating Yota Tsuji for that title, of course, at the Dontaku show. La Sombra has set his sights on a bigger prize, the biggest prize in AEW, as again, no longer just the money man, wants to be the man, believes that MJF cannot beat a real Latino man. Has already put his name out there for the AEW World Championship, where another Latino man will challenge for that title next week, as we learned. Roosh Aubrey Edwards, the official for this contest. And of course, Bang Bang Gang on full display here without Switchblade Jay White, who's still recovering. The Guns, Rock Hard Juice Robinson, and of course the inevitable Ace Austin, looking still for that first big breakout singles win. Of course, earlier this month, the Guns, the Young Bucks, all came out here in 8-man tag team action, and the fight was on against the Death Riders and the Dogs. And Ace Austin was able to hit the foot and pin with a Yuta that night, earlier this month.
So, remember how I said to you about the national title and what I wish they... Ace Austin would be a great national champion.
That's a fair shout.
You know what I mean? Have a guy like that, somebody who's new to the company, a young star, that you let him go after that title and see how he does, right? And that's how you know, okay, where do you position him after this? Is his ceiling the TNT title? Is his ceiling higher, right? And you kind of gauge your talent that way, I would think.
Andrade seems very calm right now, very tranquilo, despite the fact coming up a loss against Stadium Stampede, and of course putting his name out there for the AEW World Championship. Ace Austin has been taking advantage of all these big match opportunities. Just needs to find that big singles win, caught him a tie, fierce side headlock. And of course, Ace Austin can put his name out there to maybe challenge Andrade for the Global Heavyweight Championship with a win here. Good grip here by Andrade Hilo with the side headlock applied. Andrade rebound off the ropes, rebound again, big shoulder block by Andrade Hilo. Play like it is, go cover, gets a 1 count. Just trying to get Ace Austin's head at this point. Got told though by Ace Austin, kicked to the spine by the former multiple-time X Division champion, and of course Wrestling Revolver World Champion, Tag Team Champion, TNA World Tag Team Champion. Catching Andrade up on the shoulders. Great strength being shown here, and again Andrade though able to escape. Waistlock applied. Back elbow strike. And back elbow caught in the temple. Now Andrade catching Ace Austin. Cazadora. Andrade takeover though by Ace. Takeover Tierras though by Andrade Hilo. Both these men picking up each other's speed here. Plays like a exchange here. And right now Andrade caught in the waistlock. Pushed up, and tranquilo as he locks himself up in the ropes. Tranquilo.
Girl, there's
Got
an
the
app
Eagle
for
right
that.
now, slowing down the match.
With Daydream.
So we're going to have a nice second break here as that
Check out
continues
our
again.
new app.
Fuck streaming services.
I think this might be the last break too. So
Well, considering the last match is lights out, you don't need breaks during something that you don't need to worry about that's not sanctioned. I'm just saying. It's a fair
yeah, no,
point.
you're right. Excuse me.
Dude, I understand. I got work in the morning, and again, if it wasn't for the fact that I forgot that now I get the fucking regular. If it wasn't for the fact that freaking we didn't consider if the Owen matches would be in the collision bit, or if the Owen matches weren't, updated, and of course we've been updated ad nauseum here, we probably would have signed off at 10 p.m. But we're gluttons for punishment, and this is what we do. So what are you gonna do? Speaking of. As of course, next week we'll be back here covering Dynamite. As we know, that's just a Dynamite. Thank you for the continuation of the Owen Hart Foundation Tournament for both the men and the women.
Fragrance for up to 60 days. For
There
the
we go,
best
that's better.
value per day, try Airwick.
Yeah, hopefully we'll see who the. It looks like we'll get who the wild card is next week. So
And again, the jury is out, the names are out, the speculation's out there. We'll find out soon enough what happens, I'm sure.
Yeah, I mean, again, I want. Hopefully, it's somebody, either a returning name or somebody debuting, right?
I mean, again, we're in Forbidden Door season, so the jury is out. For anybody in the women world of professional wrestling, as we talked about ad nauseam with the fact you got Stardom already involved here, and CMLL. So, Canada, MLP, Ring of Honor, AEW, debuting, freelancing, someone from the UK, considering Odds Windsor as a hard-hitting Brit, excuse me. Why not bring somebody from the subculture? Why not bring somebody that brings that dubstep, hardcore intent? I don't know, man. The jury is out. Whoa, and it's Austin sent outside, hard in the back of his head and neck. As we are back here on AEW Collision for this unique exhibition that truly tests, I think, Andrade Idolo's intent on becoming the guy that Don Callis should rely on to become the AEW champion. Beautiful tornado to the outside with the corkscrew summers on the floor. Moves on the floor. John Giovanni, are you okay? I think everyone's okay. And
okay.
Oh, hello there. It looks like Andrade found tonight's lucky woman to get the selfie with. That's what a real Latino man. Oh, wow. Okay. Hello. That's a very excited fan who just lost her shoes. She don't mind. But maybe we got a moment here, so, get your selfie in while you can. Put that on TikTok. Also, now official after what happened earlier. Whoa! What a gentleman hoisting her up over the barricade. The AEW World Trios Championships will be on the line, Nick, on Collision this coming Saturday as it's live coast to coast. The conglomeration defense against the Don Callis family. And the cover you got at 1.
Is it a 1 hour show?
I would imagine so. And right now, it's Austin. Might be going it up. Inside cradle, hooking their leg. It's a 2-1 count. I will say this about the conglomeration. They have been quite the fighting champions since winning these titles at Dynasty. Backdrop suplex here.
But then I flip it to you.
Click, click, boom! You were saying.
What has the Don Callis family done to deserve a trios championship?
They assaulted them and affected the champion's pride. And sometimes with titles like that, that's all you need to do to get the attention of the champions, apparently. That's what it is sometimes, but every title doesn't have a freaking overrated story, bruv. Especially when you're dealing with the Goonies and the Don Callis family. You gotta give them work somehow, bruv. Now he's Austin able to escape. Oh, runs to Andrade's booth. But that's really Saturday. This is tonight. This is Wednesday. Jumping into Segura, catching Andrade on the ear.
That's so weird, though. I don't know why.
I do agree about that. Yeah.
Why are we having, if you're still having Collision on Saturday, why are we having a 3-hour Collision tonight?
Well, 3-hour Dynamite Collision special to your point tonight. Up in the fireman's carry, up on the shoulders. And a Deathfire driver cover. 2 count only on Andrade. Beautiful.
Speaking as a guy that did a couple of squats in my day too, so carrying the weight of his opponent as he climbs the ropes. Yes, definitely super strong lower body and very impressive right here by.
Holy.
I'm about to say Andrade right now. He's also looking something bigger out of the corner.
Now Andrade.
Look at it this way, Nick. At least they didn't book Ty J versus Divine Dominion yet for the AEW Women's World Tag Team Championships. It does make me wonder, are they going to have them prove themselves first in their 5-man eliminator challenge? Or again, do we just go straight to the championship match? Vicious sunset flip powerbomb out of the corner.
Well, I mean, it's like I said, right? Give me some weeks of build.
You got plenty of it to do it.
Right? Yeah, like give me weeks of build and then give them a championship match.
Meanwhile, Ace Austin trying to collect himself. Andrade on the move, looking positive for the double knees. Ace Austin able to get out of the way. Trying to scout Andrade. Caught that rolling kick. What an insecurity.
And
now Andrade. Ace Austin showing his hand. Looking for the foot. Andrade though. Oh, God! That lethal spinning back out off the fake out boot. The underhook. Jam connects. Center of the ring cover. Andrade with the win. Sudden impact just like that. Andrade Hikaru putting a strong victory up once again, All Elite Wrestling, and put his name out there in the conversation for the AEW World Championship. Good grief.
Remember me? We played words.
Well, Nick, it's been a fun night with you, but we got one more fun little story to call. Dim your lights, bro, because coming up next, it's a lights out Philly street fight as Kris Statlander goes to the extreme with Ricochet after this commercial break. Fuck streaming services.
Thank God. This is hurting.
Yeah, we're getting into the 3-hour front over TV, and it's like, with me, I'm like, nope. But, yeah. I'm excited for this because I know Kris Statlander and Shida are going to beat the living shit out of each other, but still.
Oh, yeah, I need it. I wash it with this stuff, and it's just.
This is why I don't work as hard as I used to in this freaking virtual business.
I'm running out of ideas.
Try Tide. It's
anyway.
with double the cleaning ingredients for a one-wash clean. The other stuff can't match. Test passed.
Oh my gosh, I'm tired. I'm definitely going to just drop dead after this.
Really
Probably in
smell it.
bed.
It smells amazing.
It's cleaner, whiter, brighter, and fresher. If it's got to be
We got a
clean,
full commercial break here, and I got hiccups right now. I'm going to go ahead and when I watch on trailer quick, folks, we prepare for our ultimate main event for the entire night tonight. The AEW Dynamite collision presentation. We'll see you on the other side of this.
And now for a taste of things to come.
familiar.
And as always here, Nick, your feed also, by the way, is loud right now, bro. Just saying. Your TV. Excuse me. Oh, God, hiccups. I just almost choked on gas bubble there. And as always, there, folks, the Simple Hour Studios truly encompass, embrace, celebrate, engage, pontificate, analyze, criticize, and react to all the wrestling as we prepare for the lights to go out here shortly for what's going to be a lights out Philly street fight. Again, this match is unsanctioned. It will not count towards either woman's win or loss record.
It'll be like it's not even here.
But the aftermath of the physical impact is a whole different conversation. All right. And we will stay with this as long as it takes as we get ready to conclude this night's 3-hour-long premium watch-along event. And thank you for those that have tuned in all the way to the very end. As you continue to make this possible, if you haven't already, please subscribe, comment, tell a friend, and follow us there at SR Studio 2024 for continued coverage for all the professional wrestling shows across all the biggest brands and independents across all things wrestling. Shout out to AEW fam. Let's do this as we wait for this show to return shortly on screen. It's main event time on Collision. Justin Roberts, take it away. Let's straight fight! Here we go, because it's Dynamite! It's time for that, damn it! Take it to the extreme tonight! Kris Statlander 2-0 singles record, by the way, against Hikaru Shida under sanction matches, by the way. Of course, this main event brought to you by Simple Hour Studios. Hope that you've all enjoyed, again, our entire coverage of this entire 3 hours far away. As, of course, we are doing this primarily for the Owen Hart Foundation tournament, but due to the circumstance we forgot to mention, we have been here for the entire time, and now we have reached our main event, a Philadelphia street fight, lights out, anything goes, no counts, no revocations, only way to win via pinfall submission inside the ring. And we will see what sort of extreme Hikaru Shida channels tonight, winning 2 kendo sticks in the battle. Of course, a former 3-time AEW Women's World Champion. I think Kris Statlander is definitely looking forward to this one, right? Last time, of course, Hikaru Shida held this title was for 39 days in 2023 before she lost it to Toni Storm, of course, at AEW Full Gear 2023 when AEW fully became timeless. Hikaru Shida's third run, of course, came at the expense of Saraya back on AEW Dynamite 200. And this will be her third ever street fight, and she has never won one, and this will be her second one in AEW. Her last one was, of course, against Serena Deeb, and it was also a Philadelphia street fight. As, of course, both competitors have agreed that there will be no liability. Swing and a miss, and we're officially underway here. She is looking for the fences, and Statlander kicking away the kendo stick. Personally, I want Kris Statlander to break Shida in half. That's just me. There's teeing off right now.
Stalling out.
And of course, Kris Statlander, as I said, previous street fight history, of course, beat Willow Nightingale in a Chicago street fight at AEW 2024, and this will be her fourth street fight in her AEW career.
Takes down Hikaru Shida.
Second one ever under singles action. First 2 street fights here, of course, was alongside Willow Nightingale. First ever one took place on Collision, episode number 27. And, of course, they beat Diamante and Mercedes Martinez, channeling their inner Pulp Fiction that night. Shida driven face first into the apron here. And to Nick's point, this could very well put either woman somehow into the championship conversation again as they're looking on the outside of the Owen Hart Foundation tournament. And Fekla, of course, who outlasted these two, and Jamie Hayter back at Double or Nothing, pinning Kris Statlander after Shida brings Statlander with a kendo stick. And out comes the first toy tonight, steel chair. Right, the one weapon that Shida did not want to have.
Into the head of Statlander.
to break up the pinfall, to take Statlander out into
And of course, double or nothing. Kris Statlander hit the Saturday Night Fever. And Shida hit Statlander in the back of the head with a kendo stick to break up the fall as Statlander was about to pin the AEW Women's World Champion the same way she won the title in the first place. And now the count up. Punch face first in the side of the chair goes Shida.
It's all bets are off. I know you have to.
I don't think she caught all of it though. Maybe the top of her forehead. She's
Yeah,
not one I consider somebody to take things to the extreme, Nick.
No, it's weird seeing Shida in a. Ooh. In a.
Well, I mean, she's the one that did call her out for this, street fight. So, I mean, you might reap what you sow. And Statlander's been a constant worker, a constant player here in the AEW Women's Division. Off the runs. Oh, man! Statlander running in to the swing of that kendo stick by Hikaru Shida. That definitely didn't help Statlander's midsection, for that matter.
Any shortage of violence.
And Statlander now and Shida on the outside here. Of course, the fight could take anywhere inside the building. It's lights out. It doesn't matter.
It might have been.
And of course, the pinfall submission has to take place inside the ring.
But right now,
Shida right now boxing forward as if she was Rocky. And what is that? Apple? Oh! Gets cord. Kris Statlander with an apple. What the hell? A little bit of fan participation there, I guess. I don't know if that was cool. Right now, Shida trying to find her footing in the corner on the barricade.
I'm surprised that Shida dropped the kendo stick or put it on.
Now just literally busting that apple on the top of Kris Statlander's head. Isaac Newton was able to discover the laws of gravity with something like that. I don't think he ever met an apple to be forced gravity into his head like that, though. Or in anyone's head, for that matter. And now Shida with another apple. What is that? Shida
more implements of destruction.
using pretty much embarrassment here against Kris Statlander. Oh, buzzsaw. Roundhouse kick on the temple. So far, Hikaru Shida taking control of this match here. Woman of many talents, of course. Clubbing shot, though. It's Kris Statlander back up on her feet, though. Hoisting up Shida. Uh-oh. Oh, powerbomb on the floor.
Oh.
Statlander still feeling the effects of the apple being caught in her head, and of course that brace in her jaw. And we know again how extreme Kris Statlander can be. I don't know how extreme Hikaru Shida is willing to be. And now both women going backstage. Well, I did say it could go anywhere. And maybe we'll see Tony Khan here rather than the strike, as we are literally behind the LEDs. Statlander rearranging the furniture here with a guardrail. Braced up against that chair. Uh-oh. I sense disaster. Obviously, Kris Statlander wants to suplex Shida on that guardrail. Shida fighting back, turning it around. And Shida suplex Statlander on that guardrail. Both women whooping their own back in the process, so that had to suck. Let me take one last break, because fuck streaming services for this lights out for the street fight. We'll return to action here shortly, folks. Stay tuned as we conclude this long-ass night. Again, Nick, I'm hearing commercials on your feed. Your TV's pretty loud, brother.
My TV's at like a 7.
Yeah, well, your microphone must be like at a freaking picking up it, so I don't know. But again, as long as it doesn't like overwhelm people here on the feed, that's what I care about. And of course, Hikaru Shida, as I said, only a 3-time AEW Women's World Champion, former Regina de Wave, former Oz Academy. You might know that promotion. You've been watching Stardom as of late. Former Zendai Girls, and of course, former International Women Tag Team Champion multiple times over. Tried to be a tag champion with Kris Statlander, but went into business for herself and it bit her and Statlander in the ass. And of course, if Statlander won the tag title, she would be the first one to Grand Slam, winning the TBS, the World, and the Tag Team Championships. And she has been apoplectic against Shida since that match. Kris Statlander, of course, is not going to have an easy day at the office. Of course, she has work waiting for her across the pond in the UK, where she defends her even international championship against Mia Yamashita at Pro Wrestling Eve 150. You can catch that exclusively on YouTube, folks. To your point, Nick, Charlie debuted Return to Wrestling against Kris Statlander at Wrestle Kingdom 8 for the Eve International Championship, and she lost. And we saw what Kris Statlander was willing to do that night for Saturday Night Fevers to Charlie. If that's what Kris Statlander was willing to do to an opponent for a title, what is she willing to do to freaking Hikaru Shida where there is no repercussions tonight?
Yeah, it's who knows. I wish that they, again, this match, like, imagine this street fight at Forbidden Door.
You think the street match should just be at Forbidden Door?
Yeah, I mean,
even under lights out, you still think that?
Oh, I mean, did you really need the lights out stipulation? Probably not.
Well, you know, I mean, considering how personal it got in a short period, maybe not. And it's Philadelphia. They get extreme by nature. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I mean, you could have done just a regular street fight. I don't think.
I'm just waiting for the tax and barbed wire to come out at this point, Nick. I'm just saying.
But
I know we have fire. I know we have barbed wire, but I know it is Sunday. We did not have no tax, so I'm expecting tax here tonight.
No, we didn't have that. Well, you have to think too, with it being in New York. You know, they had a lot of rules and regulations.
Oh, that's fair.
Because the athletic commission. That's why there was no blood, right? That's why we didn't see any blood or
in the whatnot. Well, I mean, in the I Quit, I think you're right. We saw a good amount of blood in the main event. I'm just saying.
No, but like no blading is what I meant.
Oh, well, AEW doesn't do that as much either, but I do see what you mean.
Yeah, like no excessive uses of blood and whatnot. Like they didn't want a Tommaso Ciampa versus Mark Briscoe match in New York.
Anything goes on Dynamite. I know exactly what you freaking mean, and that was nothing futz. And then we saw Ciampa attack Jericho tonight, making his own moment. Meanwhile, as we go back here to in-ring action, we got Shida and Statlander up on the corner here on the second rope, and a superplex and a bed of chairs. Oh, man. I'm not sure it's the worst of that. But that just goes to show, again, the punishment this Statlander and Hikaru Shida are willing to take and unleash on each other here tonight. And to your point, Nick, yes, AEW Collision returns this Saturday, Coast to Coast Live, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we now know Divine Dominion will take on Titan, as I pointed out, in the 5-minute tag championship eliminator. And if they survive the 5 minutes, they will get a future shot at the AEW Women's Tag Team Championships. We also know the Trios Champions will be on the line, as Don Kyle's Family Stooges, Roppongi Vice, and Lance Archer will challenge the collaboration. Of course, Don will be back here next week covering it, folks. This is No Good Driver, spin out, come out of the ring, 2 count only. Alex Windsor takes on Wild Card. And of course, we also know that Doug Silva, Mark Davis will take on Will Ospreay. And MJF defends the World Championship against freaking Roosh. It's a hell of a week that's ahead, and we aren't even done with tonight yet. Now, Kris Statlander up to the top rope, looking for a big moonsault for crashes. Cross off first in a chair. God. Meteor knee drop by Shida on the chair at the stack cover. Hook the near leg, both legs, and 2 counts. And also, TNT Championship now made official. Kevin Knight defends against his former partner in Jet Speed, Speedball Mike Bailey.
Did we need to rush? Like, this is what I'm talking about.
As far as the title match, no. As far as the grudge match, I think the one-time grudge match is justified here because of the long-term history. But I agree with your point about the stipulation, but it is what it is. We'll talk more about that later. Enziguri, big kick. Rock Statlander, Rock Shida, both kick for kicking kind. And Shida once again trying to get better. Statlander hoisting her up. Falcon arrows it done the deal. Cover. Up both legs. Kick out to and Statlander kicked up out of it. How's that for a statement?
Yeah, that was. Oof. No, I was saying, like the Kevin Knight and the Kevin Knight and Mike Bailey thing. Like, you couldn't give me a couple weeks of television. You couldn't do it.
Well, she didn't give Shida a couple of seconds to recover from a chair in her face. Joey Styles freestyle. And now Statlander going underneath the ring. Look at this chair throw, by the way. What? Rocking Shida in the face. Meanwhile, Kris Statlander bringing out the furniture, table set on the opposite side of the ring. And Kris, what is Shida doing here? Shida setting up steel chairs on the outside. I'm surprised Shida hasn't busted wide open, or right now even remembers he's in Philly at this point. It's like setting up a pyramid.
What?
Paul Turner right now checking on Shida, and Kris Statlander now slowly approaching across Shida. And again, you can see Shida right now worn out. Drop toe hold though! Face first, catching Statlander on the run in on that steel chair. Now setting up a bed of trouble here with 4 steel chairs in play. Shida with devious intentions. Possibly looking for a German suplex. He catches her breath. Hoisting up Statlander. Statlander fighting back though. Shots to the midsection. And now Shida up on the shoulders. As Statlander turns around and Death Valley driver to Shida on the bed of chairs.
That would suck. That sucks.
There's no give on those chairs, as you know, Nick.
Nope. Tis not any.
You piss Statlander off. This is what you get. And what else is underneath that ring right now? I mean, we're in Philadelphia, but we're not in the 2300 arena. So I would think, oh, shit. We got light tubes, folks, and I think Statlander's ready to light it up outside of Tokyo with Shida's head. Statlander is begging right now off. Kaze not looking to deliver. Oh, the vicious ring of the eyes by Shida. Statlander was looking for a bit of a moral code there. Might pay for it. Shida on the run with the rising knee strike, sending Statlander up and over. Kaze Shida now unleashing that killer instinct here. Maybe was looking for showing some mercy here to Shida. There's a time and place for that. I don't think Shida deserves any of it. Looking to unleash the Kamashi. Didn't get all of it, though. Knee to the shoulder. And now Shida now with the light tubes in hand. Oh! Cracking him over the back of Stats. And hoisted up. Falcon Arrow. Russ. Cover. Step. No. Kicks out 2.5.
Ooh.
That was so damn close.
Oh, look at her back.
Well, what do you expect? She literally got glass light tubes shredded on her fucking exposed back. And Shida now teeing off and literally hammering in those shards and those open wounds with that Singapore cane. Right now, Shida showing her ruthless aggression right now. Quite surprised I didn't think Shida could be this mean or nasty. And now Shida, what the hell is she doing with this chair? Oh, yeesh. Now Shida, so Robson. Oh! Free throw again into Statlander, into Shida's face, excuse me, with another steel chair. Now both of them on the apron here. Big right hand by Shida. Clocking Statlander, swinging for the kendo stick, and Statlander catches it, breaks it in half. And spanking Shida in the head with it. Good Lord. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Statlander hoisting up Shida, looking for a fatality. Tombstone pile driver through the table. To the floor. Take a look, Nick.
Who's that?
Driving her down. Tumbling down in a heap. Now Statlander bringing Shida back inside the ring. It's a hell of a match right away. Well, I mean, it's not even a fight at this point. It's, wait a minute. Is that Harley Cameron? What the fuck are you doing out here? Well, handing Statlander the kendo stick. I mean, again, Harley Cameron wanted Kris Statlander to literally help her, train her, mentor her. Now over the back, and Statlander hoisting up Shida, possibly looking for the Saturday Night Fever! 1, 2, Statlander wins! Well, Harley Cameron may not be trained by Kris Statlander, but clearly the friendship is still there as Kris Statlander made Shida fill the rap with an assist of encouragement by Harley Cameron. Kris Statlander prevails now in this lights out Philly street fight. And like I said, both women on the outside looking at the AEW Women's World Championship picture. And maybe like Harley Cameron meaning to cover warned Statlander, you can't trust Shida. But at the end of the day, I'm still your friend. I do wonder though, Nick, does Statlander want any friends at this point in AEW? Does now she want to work with Harley Cameron? And will she choose to train or mentor her? One question and answers, but nonetheless, Kris Statlander wins this Philly street fight, lights out for Hikaru Shida. And Shida, I hope you learned a very painful but humble lesson. Again, folks, next week, the Owen Hart Memorial Tournament continues. Alex Winter versus Wild Card, Mark Davis versus Will Ospreay, and MJF will defend the AEW World Championship against Roosh. And we also have Kevin Knight defending the TNT Championship against Speedball Mike Billy. But for now, as this chapter and this tag team, for that matter, comes to a close, I thank you all for tuning into this 3-hour special. For Nick, I'm Noah Fox. We'll see you next time here at the Simply Reliable Studios. Until then, make a positive patch in life. Have a good night. And this has been AEW Collision and AEW Dynamite.
Cut feed now. Cut feed now.